and join Eric Collins for college football.
Just getting started here in Las Cruces, New Mexico. The Cal Bears ranked 13th in the country, knocking on the door against New Mexico State. First and goal, ball on the half-yard line. Man in motion, gives to Forsett, and finally he's able to plunge across and score the 1-yard touchdown. Cal on top early, an impressive 80-yard first drive.
Well, you expected this from Cal. They're just going to line up and go right at you. And here, able to get the football into the end zone early.
We're here at Aggie Memorial Stadium alongside Andre Ware. I'm Eric Collins. Heather Mitz also in the building. Big start to the game offensively for the Cal Bears as they go 80 yards in 6 plays.
On to attempt the point after.
And take an early 6-0 lead. Tom Schneider comes on. He'll attempt the extra point. And Schneider has his kick blocked. Loose football picked up. And coming the other way are the Aggies. That's Courtney Bryan, who was stopped as he crosses the 50-yard line. That was a live football.
And we'll take a look at the touchdown by Justin Forsett. Just getting low up front, that big, massive offensive line of Cal. Get your shoulder pads over your feet and just surge forward. Look at that surge. Big number 54, Marvin Phillips, an All-American at center. A lot of people got him on their All-American list right there. Just tremendous push up front by Cal, surging into the end zone.
6 plays, 80 yards, an average of 13 yards per play for the Cal Bears, capped off with a touchdown run for Justin Forsett.
Yeah, and Chris Mandarino, the fullback, that long pass, you see him sitting right there. He's the guy that got him down there inside the red zone with a pass reception. You don't usually get that from fullbacks, but the big fella rumbling down the field.
So David Loney will kick off, and New Mexico State will get the football for the first time in tonight's contest. Kick is high. It's deep. Derek Dubois takes a knee. And New Mexico State will start on the 20-yard line. There is their new signal caller, making his first career start for Hal Mumme. That's Joey Vincent. Vincent is a redshirt junior from Chandler, Arizona. He replaces Royal Gill, who started the first 3 weeks of his 2005 campaign.
Yeah, he led the team to 2 late scores last week in replacing Royal Gill, the starter for 3 weeks. And Hal Mumme said, hey, there's something here. I got to get this guy some shots before we start conference. Go ahead and get him settled in.
The Aggie offense has really struggled. We will talk about that in the early going of games. Vincent showing a big arm early. Throws the deep ball. Incomplete. Intended for Chris Williams, the freshman. Here the backs and receivers working with Joey Vincent. Justin Burries had a 100-yard game a week ago against New Mexico. Chris Williams just saw him the intended target. Paul Dombrowski, Mr. Do Everything at one wideout. Brandon Allen and Jared Quick are the other receiving possibilities up front. Smith, Chappelle, Martinez, Nick Cole, and the 18-year-old freshman Roberto Davis. But Nick Cole, he is their best at right guard, and he is starting for the 32nd consecutive game for the Aggies. They're going to try running around the corner. Left side, pushed out of bounds. After a gain of, well, they're going to call it a negative play. Loss of 1. Defensively for the Cal Bears. Mbuku, Maafala, Mebane, Tafisi up front, all big and all strong at the point of attack. Linebackers, Fultz, Bishop, he's his first-year starter, and Anthony Felder, the true freshman. Defensive backs, Hughes, Smith, McCleskey, and Mixon. McCleskey was an All-Pac-10 performer 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Last year's banged up with injuries. Now he's back at the Rover, and he has been a real world beater so far this year. Third down and long. Vincent wants to throw, showing off a good arm. Deep pass is caught. Great play by Chris Williams to come down with that football.
Well, I tell you what, we promised you some excitement. Vincent goes deep on the first play, a reverse on the second play, and then this one down the sideline. This is just man-to-man coverage, outside leverage by the receiver, giving his quarterback room in which to fade the football. He had to come back inside for it, but gave him that 4 yards that you like away from the sideline. So if you have to, you can fade him out of bounds. Big catch on the part of Chris Williams. True freshman, I might add.
He is a big-time recruit for Hal Mumme.
Yes, and he's the most highly recruited player in the state of New Mexico last year.
So a little confidence early for New Mexico State, you would figure.
Yeah.
Gain of 36 on that pitch and catch. Ball placed at the 44-yard line. Fresh set of downs. Vincent from the gun. Man in his face. Shows some escapability. Vincent breaks the tackle and stumbles and falls inside the 20-yard line.
Nothing better, Eric, than to have a young quarterback have some success early in the football game. They get some pressure up front. He doesn't buckle right there. He recognizes the pressure, steps up, tucks the football away, and now I'm off running. Hal Mumme likes him because he brings that extra with the legs. He can make plays with his legs if things break down in pass protection.
Things have broken down in pass protection so far this year for New Mexico State. They've allowed 17 sacks. That's one of the reasons why Vincent is in there. He has that element of escapability.
Absolutely, and you need it this day and age with all those big guys running as fast as you do.
59 yards the last two plays for the Aggies. Another big gainer. Pickup of 10 for Burries. He gets inside the 10.
You know, we talked a little bit about the youth movement. Burries is just a sophomore. Little draw right there. Inside, recognizes it. Fantastic block right there on the right side of the offensive line. Roberto Davis just kind of walling off for his running back, Justin Burries.
They really like Burries between the tackles.
Yeah. Tell you, 117 yards last week in a loss to New Mexico. Every opponent that New Mexico State has faced undefeated on the season. Every one of them. Then Cal comes in, ranked number 13, and they're undefeated at 3-0.
Three receivers lined up in a bunch left side. Vincent again escapes, throws, pass incomplete. Lauli Fanolo had it and then dropped it.
And I tell you what, most young quarterbacks, they get in trouble. They try to escape outside. Right here, Joey Vincent steps up in the pocket right there, moving the pocket with his feet, and bam, right there. Just get the football off, throws a very catchable football. That one should have been a reception. Should have been a catch right there. Help the young guy out.
Second down and 10. Little lob into the end zone, incomplete, looking for a flag. They're not going to get one. Vincent looking for Paul Dombrowski.
I thought he had Chris Williams on the first slant route inside. Two double slants coming at you right here into your screen. The first one right there, you just missed Chris Williams going inside. He was the guy, free safety had kind of bitten up a little bit, tried to go to the short-handed Paul Dombrowski. That guy there made some plays for him. Made some plays late in the ball game last week for him, playing with a chip in his elbow, his right elbow, and you see the brace that he had on.
Vincent, 3rd and goal. Little timing route, corner of the end zone, passes high and away from the reach of Derek Dubois. Good defense played out in the corner by Harrison Smith.
Yeah, he's excellent in coverage. He played corner last year, and they moved him to free safety. Makes him a little bit more athletic in terms of covering up receivers. Harrison Smith, 6'2", 200 pounds, and can really run. Like I mentioned, played out at the corner, was honorable mention all Pac-10 last year playing corner. They move him into the free safety position this year.
Coming on for the field goal, Connor Foley. This will be a 27-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up and good. So the Aggies, they would have liked 7, but Hal Mumme, he'll take 3.
Does a promise come with an...
He has to be pleased. Hal Mumme able to score 3 points on the opening drive to keep his Aggies nice and tight.
Yeah, when you have a young offensive unit, it is important to get them some confidence and to go down and put some points on the board. After Cal comes down, puts 6 up on you, you go down, you get some points. Now, what comes into question, that extra point that was missed by Cal. Now, all of a sudden, instead of being down by 4, you're only down by a field goal.
Connor Foley will kick off for a second time. Back deep is Lavelle Hawkins. Hawkins takes it in the end zone and grabs a knee. So for the second consecutive possession, the Cal Bears will begin 80 yards away from pay dirt. First go round, Joe Ayoub didn't seem to mind at all. Marched 80 yards in 6 plays for a touchdown.
You know, you have to be impressed with the job that Jeff Tedford does on offense. I mean, you talk about having balance to your offense. 264 on the ground is what they average, 191, 264 rushing, 191 yards through the air. That's about as balanced as you can pretty much get it. A lot of coaches like to favor the run because that way you can control the clock. You have time of possession on your side.
Ayoub starts, lone back, Forsett behind him. And they'll run on first down. Forsett, another good run. Bounces outside. One man to beat down the sideline. Forsett jumps over a man and is finally tackled at the 42-yard line, but not before another big pickup for the Bears. Give them 38 yards.
Boy, did he get a block from right tackle Ryan O'Callahan, the building right here, just closing down and trapping outside, and then that allows the little fella Justin Forsett to get outside around the corner, and New Mexico State gonna have to quit giving up big plays on defense. Watch that trap block right there on number 13, Dustin Sober, and he gets outside and down the side. Boy, big plays by this Cal offensive unit.
So the Cal Bears cooking with gas early on. Ayoub, little play action, wants a bunch, has a man wide open. Touchdown, Deshaun Jackson. Two plays, 80 yards.
That's getting it done. I mean, that's getting it done, and that's getting that guy right there. A lot of confidence. Play action pass right here. When you can run the football, you can run play action. Everything sets up ball high, looking inside with his eyes, taking the safety away from the wide receiver and the defensive back in there. Deshaun Jackson comes up with a huge touchdown. 4.4 speed to burn. He's got a little left over for you, Eric.
The numbers staggering for Ayoub and the Cal Bears offensively. 2 drives totaling 8 plays, 160 yards.
Yeah, and I like going for 2 here. It's early in the football game. You got to get that point back. And actually, they're unsportsmanlike conduct on Cal. Maybe a little bit celebration penalty.
And we apologize about the audio, but
yeah, they decide to go ahead and kick the extra point. I wouldn't mind if they go for 2 at this point in the ball game.
So Tom Schneider 0 for 1 so far today on extra points. Try and improve his percentage to 50%.
Yep.
This time gets it up and through. Deshaun Jackson. How about that? 41 yards, his second touchdown. The freshman feeling good here in the high desert. Welcome back to the land of enchantment, New Mexico. We're here in Las Cruces, the second largest city in New Mexico, and so far it has been an enchanting evening for the Cal Bears. They're on top 13-3, 2 touchdowns in the game's first 6 minutes. How about that?
Yeah, you swear there's fireworks going on in the stadium. All this scoring that's going on.
Back deep, that's Derek Dubois. Dubois has it, starts at the 6. Little chicanery. Coming around the right side, nobody saw him. One man to beat. Heading down. Touchdown. Aggies, Chris Williams.
The athletic director, Dr. Boston, he's happy, clapping his hands. I mean, New Mexico State came into this football game. Cal's talented, number 13 in the country. Hey, we're going to give you a fight tonight. We might be young. We might have a first-year coaching staff, but we're going to fight. I mean, this is excellent right here. Just a little trickery, reverse. Nobody knows where the football is, and then all of a sudden out the back door, Chris Williams showing that speed. The guy's just 5'9", 155 pounds, soaking wet, but boy, can he run.
That's the 4th score of this game.
Already.
We've only played 5 minutes and 50 seconds.
Oh, what excitement.
Extra point, no problem. 3-point game. And the Aggies.
You got to take a look at this. I mean, this is unbelievable. Right here, just going to hand off right there. And everybody, nobody knows. Paul Dombrowski, and then all of a sudden, Chris Williams makes his trip for the football. He gives it to him, and I mean, down the sideline, one man to beat, it's a kicker, and I'm just going to turn the burners on him. Give him one move inside and off to the end zone. And the surprise, no flags on the play.
None at all. And Chris Williams, how about that for a first touchdown as a collegiate?
I'll tell you what, when you watch Hal Mummy's football teams, you are going to get your money's worth. It is exciting football on offense, defense, 4th downs. He'll go for it on 4th downs. I mean, it is across the board. And then with Woody Woodenhofer calling the defense till he gets his personnel. When they get some defensive backs in here at New Mexico State, it's going to be a fun football team to watch.
New Mexico State, a lot of different things cooking in Las Cruces. New head coach, new coaching staff, and a new conference. Last 4 years they played in the Sun Belt. This year they move into the WAC. They begin their WAC play next week. So this is kind of their ramp up, getting ready for conference play. This is when they're pulling out all the stops. Another deep, high kickoff out of the back of the end zone. We have played 5 minutes and 50 seconds here at Aggie Memorial Stadium in Las Cruces, New Mexico. And we have 4 scores, 3 touchdowns and a field goal as the 13th ranked Cal Bears taking on New Mexico State. Alongside Andre Ware, I'm Eric Collins. Heather Mitz is patrolling the sidelines as well. We have had a fun offensive day early in the first quarter.
Absolutely.
Look at the total yardage, 230 yards combined between the two schools, and that doesn't even take into consideration a 94-yard kickoff return for a touchdown for New Mexico State.
I thought when Cal went down and scored, I'm like, uh-oh. And here comes New Mexico State right back.
Justin Forsett has the football, runs into a blocker, picks up 3, maybe 4. Let's check in with Heather. Heather, what's going on?
Hey guys, well, I'm here with the AD here at New Mexico State, Dr. Boston. He's not going to let me leave after that. He thinks I'm good luck, but this is your second nationally televised game. How do you think your program has progressed, and what do you offer to the community?
Well, number one, New Mexico State as a land-grant university is part of the community. I mean, our goal long-term is to create an exciting brand of football. We think Coach Mummy and his air raid offense is going to do that. Our student athletes are working hard to give back to the community. It's going to be a fun time in Las Cruces for us.
Obviously, that's my next question. You had a lot to do with the hiring of Hal Mummy. What do you feel he can contribute to this program?
Well, Hal, number one, has demonstrated that he can win. He's done a wonderful job at Valdosta State and creating an exciting brand of football. Obviously, he did a great job at Kentucky. And so we get to bring in here a proven coach, a coach that, and he's not afraid to win. And he's teaching our athletes how to win, and he's getting our community really excited.
Thanks, Dr. Boston, for letting us take you away from your tailgate. You guys know where I'll be.
And he's not afraid to win. I mean, he will go at all costs to win in terms of taking gambles in football games to try to get his football team in a position to win.
First down and 10. Forsett, not much doing. Pickup of 2. Stopped at about the 36-yard line. And this is the coaching resume of Hal Mummy. Cut his teeth at Iowa Wesleyan, Valdosta State. He was a world beater there for 5 years, and then to the SEC with Kentucky.
Yeah.
Took him to 2 bowl games, lost them both, but had an exciting offense there. spent a couple of years down, and then last year resuscitated the Lions program of Southeastern Louisiana down in Hammond, Louisiana. Did a good job there.
And what's not there is 14 years of head coaching experience, only 3 losing seasons in those 14 years.
Second down and long. AU wants to throw and wants a bunch. Pass incomplete, intended for his tight end, Craig Stevens. Now let's check in with Reese Davis for this Sports Center 30 at 30.
All right, guys, 3 Pacers involved in that brawl at the Palace of Auburn Hills last November, sentenced to a year probation, community service, and a fine. Ron Artest, Jermaine O'Neal, and Steven Jackson pleaded no contest. And the Orioles done with Rafael Palmeiro. They send him home for the season, tired of the distraction he's caused by his steroid suspension, and since then. Sports Center is coming up immediately following the Army-Iowa State game on ESPN2.
Thank you, Reese. It is now 3rd and 9 for the Cal Bears. Third down toss is complete. Lavelle Hawkins had the first down, then ran backwards. I'm not sure they're going to give him forward progress. I don't think they will.
He had the first down. He caught the football right around the 45-yard line and had the football. Tried to get extra yardage by going backwards, and that's when he lost the first down. Right here, you're going to see him coming to your screen. He's right on the 45. Pause it right there. Has the first down. Just turn and get north and south. Sometimes young players try to do too much. Right there, going backwards, and then here comes that entire Aggie defense rallying up to the football.
So the Cal Bears, after going 80 yards for touchdowns their first 2 possessions, will have to punt it away. David Loney is back deep to kick it for the Bears. Stevlon Harper is back at his own 15 for the Aggies. Ball is almost blocked. Deep kick and a good kick. Goes out of bounds inside the 20. It'll be spotted at about the 19-yard line, still being marked off. There is a flag down.
Yeah, a little extracurricular going on. Spencer Moore, reserve cornerback, was mixing it up with one of the Cal players, and then all of a sudden the laundry came out. Well, I haven't been impressed. You know, Cal's a big football team. New Mexico State young, 0-3. They could have folded up the tent, just kind of rolled their helmets on the field tonight. But boy, nationally, it's amazing.
Number 15 on the defense. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Amazing what little national TV will do for you.
We'll take a timeout. The air raid offense of New Mexico State back on the field when we come back.
It's the Jeep Model Year-End Clearance, your last chance for
waste management.
The eating's good here in Las Cruces. Been here a couple of days, and we have had full bellies for the last couple of days. The Cal Bears ranked 13th in the country. They're in a dogfight. It is 13-10, and they still have the football because of the penalty on that punt. And now they're going to try a little trickery. AU gets the ball back, wants a bunch, throws deep, incomplete. Intended for Deshaun Jackson, but well covered by the Aggies.
Yeah, Matt Greibel stayed in center field and actually had an opportunity to make a play on the football for an interception. If he stayed the right way the first time, he got turned around. But if he'd have stayed in position the first time, he'd have probably picked this football off. Little flea flicker and toss it back, trying to hit Deshaun Jackson deep again. And right there, an opportunity for an interception. Got to make a few plays on those. Only a few freebies every once in a while in a football game.
Rival gets twisted around.
Yeah.
Second down and 10. Man in motion is Lavelle Hawkins. Handoff goes to Forsett. Picks up 4, maybe 5.
Well, they go to the bread and butter, running behind that big offensive line. Forsett, unbelievable high school career. Senior season, Eric, 2,560 yards, 38 touchdowns. Was coached by the great Mike Barber in high school, former Oiler, former San Diego Charger. Yeah.
He's only listed at 5'8".
Okay, what he plays big.
He says he's still growing.
Says he's going to grow to 6'2" by the time he graduates.
Aggies looking for a stop. 3rd and 5. AU wants to throw for it. Little dump out to Forsett. Tries to turn the corner. He is met and thrown out of bounds short of first down yardage.
Oh, what a fabulous job by Eric Carey, the strong safety, coming up on the football, making a fantastic tackle in the open field. Cornered him along the sideline. Right here, Ayuk using his eyes. The blitzer right there tells him, I got to go to my safety valve. Right here, but look at the pursuit. Look at the closing speed on the part of the strong safety, Eric Carey. For sure tackle, forcing Cal into a punting situation.
Ball at the 39-yard line, 4th and 2. Maybe a decision to go for it. Decision's already made. They're going to punt it away. Loney punts it high. Steve-Lon Harper, fair catch. Ball going to be at the 9-yard line. Punt of 30 yards for Loney. We have had big plays aplenty already in this first quarter.
Yeah, a little curl flat route here by the fullback. Chris Mandarino takes it down, and then all of a sudden, Justin Forsett gets it in. The long pass to Deshaun Jackson. Then the trickery right here. Paul Dombrowski, Chris Williams, and I'll see you later. One man to beat. It's the kicker. Oh, he can't bring me down.
Williams, his first touchdown as a collegiate. So New Mexico State, they'll start on the 9-yard line. Give. Burries picks up a couple. All at a gain of 3.
And smart on this end of the field. Hal Mumme realizes they're trapped down inside negative territory. Offensively, you don't want to make a mistake on this end of the field. Turn the football over and give Cal the football at point blank range. Run the football, try to get you a little room in which to work your offense. But I say that, and then he may go up top.
Joey Vincent, the junior, his first career start. Hands off on 2nd down. Burries again, and this time gets it up for a first down. Good carry for the sophomore from Mesquite, Texas.
Well, he gets a good block by Mike Martinez on the draw play. All 6'5", 327 pounds of him. The center, right in the middle of your screen, right here. Keep an eye on that big guy. He's just trapping, turning his guy, and just holding on just long enough to allow Justin Burries to get out and up the field for a first down.
That offensive line, they've been beleaguered so far through 3 weeks of play, but Coach Hal Mumme does have confidence in them. Thinks it's only a matter of time until they remember how to pass block again and be strong at the point of attack.
Yeah, playing well tonight, though.
Jared Kaufman, the catch, and he's quickly brought down after a gain of 2.
What's the situation there where you're trying to get one-on-one with just the cornerback and your receiver, a playmaker, get it in his hands right away, Jared Kaufman. And I'll tell you what, Hughes comes up, Damian Hughes comes up and makes a for sure tackle, because if he misses, there's nobody outside to help him out.
Kaufman, one of 2 receivers, lined up out wide right.
There's the playmaker right there, though. Chris Williams, speed to burn.
Delayed handoff. Pick up a couple for David Romaka. It'll bring up a 3rd down. Monday, ESPN2 is in Baton Rouge for an emotional evening as the LSU Tigers return home after an inspirational victory at Arizona State to host SEC foe the Tennessee Volunteers. This game was originally scheduled to be played Saturday night, but due to Hurricane Rita has been postponed and will kick off Monday night at 7:30. Join ESPN2 for the first major sporting event in the state of Louisiana since Hurricane Katrina devastated the area last month. On 3rd down, the pass just a little bit too high for Paul Dombrowski, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and 5.
Well, I thought he had Paul Dombrowski here, and it looked like Paul Dombrowski was looking for a linebacker or a safety or somebody to close on him. Just really wasn't ready to catch the football. Just Joey Vincent may have thrown the ball a little bit with too much speed on him, but Mixon, boy, this guy here can take it the distance. 5th in the nation in punt return average. Look at that, 24 yards. A punt return. That's almost unheard of.
Returned one for a touchdown a week ago against Illinois. Brad Evans, the punter for New Mexico State, lined up. And Evans, his first punt of the night, is a good one. Chases Mixon back inside his own 30, and that is where the Cal Bears will take over. 13-10 is our score.
relevant sense is it. We need maximum expenditure of bodily fuels. Biosynthesis of glycogen, polysaccharide reserves, fibrous tissue, in the established confines, fully maturated male, Latin and Greek derivation, of a purely expository nature, aggregated whole. This is our domicile.
Whose domicile? Our domicile!
Welcome back to Aggie Memorial Stadium here in Las Cruces, New Mexico. The 13th ranked Cal Bears on top 13-10 over the homestanding Aggies of New Mexico State. And there's a different level of excitement here in Las Cruces with Mummy Ball in place. Hal Mummy is first season with the Aggies after replacing Tony Samuel, who did good things here in New Mexico State, but left this past offseason. 2:49 remaining first quarter. Justin Burry is being attended to on the sideline, trying to stay loose so that lower back looked like. First down and 10, Cal Bears. AU throws out in the flat, has Jackson. Jackson thrown out of bounds.
Yeah, going to be a late hit on Jackson.
Flag on the play.
Eric Carey coming in a little bit late. They're going to tack on some yardage here. He was clearly out of bounds. The official throws the flag.
Dead ball, personal foul, 31 on the defense, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
It has been a tough start for Shakri Shabazz.
Yeah.
He was the man who was beaten on the touchdown pass to Deshaun Jackson, and now called for the personal.
All right, just outflanks the defense and try to get some yardage right there out of bounds and going in low. I think that's what drew the flag, was coming in a little bit low and close to the sideline. But Joey Ayu is really distributing the football well. He's hit a couple of different receivers early in this football game, moving the football around.
Ayu tries the left side. Again, Jackson has it, and again, big yards. Jackson, a polished receiver that Ayu is starting to really like.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, polished for a true freshman. His brother Byron played with the Kansas City Chiefs, was on the developmental team, and really tutored him well. I mean, showed him the ins and outs, and every spare moment he had was out working with his younger brother and how to run routes. And I'll tell you, that guy there has got a lot of talent. 6 foot, 175 pounds, runs 4.4 in the 40 consistently, can get deep with good, solid hands.
We're in a drought right now.
Yeah,
first 5:49, 23 points. Last 6.5 minutes we've been scoreless. What's going on? Forsett has the ball, and Forsett with room. He's got a chance. Forsett pushed out of bounds inside the 5.
I tell you what, that'll jump that old yards per carry average up. Tell you what made this play is the strong safety Eric Carey took a bad angle. You'll see him right there on your screen. He'll come inside as Justin goes outside. Bad angle, gets you beat. You cannot give up leverage. Keep the guy to the inside of the field where your help is. He takes a bad angle going inside, gets beat to the outside, and I tell you, Forsett's got a little speed for himself.
So Forsett picking up 35 more yards. He already is over 100 yards. He's at 113. In his last 5 quarters of play, he's got 300 yards. And Forsett denied just shy of the goal line.
Justin Forsett on the carry for Cal.
Not a particularly big guy as Forsett.
No.
Kind of surprised that on the goal line, they just put him right up the gut.
You know, in his first start, he accounted for 230 yards, 187 rushing on 16 carries, 2 touchdowns. I mean, just fabulous little guy. Notre Dame shunned him, thought he was too small. Ty Willingham was the head coach at that point in time, and I tell you what, he was a find for Jeff Tedford and this Cal Bears program.
Second down and goal. Forsett still in the game. Ayu keeps it himself, and Ayu scores the 3rd touchdown of the night for Cal.
You know, they get him behind Ryan O'Callahan, that big offensive line, 6'7", 360 pounds. and they get tremendous push from him. Love to run behind him. The big offensive tackle right there. Just going to get in behind him, get your shoulder pads low. Everybody's thinking they're going to go into the center of the formation, take one step, get behind the big guy, and surge yourself into the end zone.
Ayoub, his first rushing touchdown as a Division I player. Tom Schneider will come on and kick the extra point.
Well, you ask for points, and you got points.
So Ayoub and the Cal Bears looking good. They've had the ball 4 times. They've scored 3 touchdowns. And Ayoub, a big reason why.
Really good, solid player, All-American at San Francisco City College, home of Manny Hazard.
Got to bring in the
former
Houston
receiver
reference
of mine at Houston. See the big run here. This is what set up the touchdown. A bad angle on the part of Eric Carey there allowed for Justin Forsett to get outside and around the corner. You'll see it here. Going to take a bad angle, coming from inside when the play's bouncing out. Right there. That's what caused it. And the little fella just chugging down the sideline. Little fella that plays big, though.
Talk about that running game earlier, and they like to have those big guys up front just pound on the defense and just spring anyone who they've thrown that backfield for long runs. We will see 3 different runners. All of them could be all-conference performers if they got enough carries for the Cal Bears.
I think that's what gives Cal a chance against a team like USC, is they're able to run the football. Pac-10 for a long time, known for throwing quarterbacks or passing offenses. Cal committed to the run. They've got a lot of guys that can tote the mail. They don't miss a beat. If he goes out, then all of a sudden they just plug in another guy. Lynch there, he's going to sit tonight with that bad finger. Unbelievable.
The numbers are disturbing.
Unreal.
Last 2 seasons, they've averaged over 6 yards per rush. We haven't even seen Marshawn Lynch. First down at 10. The Aggies of New Mexico State will start with the ball on the 20-yard line. First time they had the football, they marched down the field and kicked the field goal. Second time, kickoff return for a touchdown. Across his body, good throw by Vincent. Pass complete to Dubois, who picks up 20 yards out to the 40-yard line.
I've been impressed with Joey Vincent's composure for a young quarterback making his first start. He's stepping up just like you're supposed to, making plays. A lot of coaches don't want you to throw that ball back across the middle of the field, and I wouldn't advise it either. But here, just you see receivers getting in the routes, finding holes in the zone, making plays, and then all of a sudden right there, working for your quarterback and coming up big. Boy, just cool as a cucumber.
Vincent working out of that shotgun, now goes underneath center. Has 4 receivers at his disposal. Guys left side, Dombrowski juggles, and they're going to say
great concentration.
That he comes up with the catch.
Fabulous concentration. It gets tipped at the line of scrimmage. A little flat curl combination. And Paul Dombrowski, probably the surest hands on the football team. Right there, look at him just staying with it and able to bring the football in. Like I said, it was tipped at the line of scrimmage and just barely holding it on the shoulder pads.
Talk about a great athlete. Dombrowski, the last 2 times that New Mexico State played Cal, he was the quarterback.
And they gave him a chance to win the job. And he said, hey, I'm not going to win it. Let me move out to wide receiver where I can help the football team. I'll tell you, he's done a heck of a job this season.
Second down and 4. Burries has it and buries another first down.
Well, that's what this offense will do to you. They get you spread out and thinking pass, and all of a sudden, the defensive linemen are coming up the field. You'll see them here and here coming up the field. Creates a huge running lane for Justin Burries. And I mean right up the football field. That's what you do. Get them spread out, thinking pass rush, ears pinned back, coming at the quarterback. Boom, unleash the running back on them. Right here, huddling at the line of scrimmage. This is to the offense's advantage. You find the formation, you get to choose which play you want to run against this defense.
Vincent, deep, incomplete. Looking for Kaufman. Vincent. I think he thought he had it.
I tell you what, I like getting rid of the football. They had blitz, and he had Kaufman one-on-one, tried to lead him back into the middle of the field. The defensive back to that side. Harrison Smith stayed on top of him and didn't allow him back into the middle of the field. Wasn't the soul in the middle. Just overthrew it just a touch.
Joey Vincent, his first go-round as a starter. Royal Gill was the starter the first 3 weeks of the season. Ramaka has the football, and he's dropped quickly at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, just not a whole lot of room in which to maneuver. Cal there playing the run first. Keeping guys at home, and you got to tackle the football on the way to the quarterback when you face an offense like this. Make sure that they're not trying to sneak that draw play by you. You don't see the football come inside. If you see it, tackle it. If not, carry on to the quarterback.
Vincent's going to let the time wind down here in quarter number 1. It's going to bring up a big third down when we come back to begin the second quarter of play. We have seen big plays aplenty here at Aggie Memorial Stadium. Deshaun Jackson, 41-yard touchdown. And then the Aggies coming right back with some razzle-dazzle of their own. And finally, moments ago, well, the Cal Bears just punch it in with the quarterback sneak. Second quarter's next.
Sunday at 11, preview games from around the league on Sunday NFL Countdown.
Getting frisky. We've played a quarter, and already 30 points have scored. Cal on top, 20-10. Big third down for the Aggies. Third down and 8. They love to keep the chains moving. Vincent looked good in the first 15 minutes. He's in shotgun formation, barking out the signals. Vincent with time, steps up, still looking downfield, running out of time, and he's pushed out of bounds rudely, and a flag flies late. That looks like it's going to go the way of New Mexico State, and that may give them the first down with the player control foul.
Yeah, a little late hit on the quarterback going out of bounds, but I'm impressed with the way New Mexico State has responded in this football game. They could have folded the 10. Cal comes down and punches one in.
Number 15. 15-yard penalty, first down.
You got a young quarterback in a hostile. I mean, he's here at home, but I mean, this is big. Number 13 team in the country coming in here. They have hung tight, and they are very much in this football game.
So the personal foul will give a fresh set of downs for New Mexico State. And something we should talk about. This New Mexico State offense is very similar, almost identical to the Texas Tech Red Raider offense coached by Mike Leach. And Texas Tech was the last team that beat Cal. They defeated Cal in the Pacific Life Holiday Bowl a year ago.
Yeah, and put up 45 points on them. And I tell you what, we asked Jeff Tedford about it, and he said, hey, they just had too many explosive plays on us. And that's what this offense will do to you. Too many big plays will get you in trouble, and then all of a sudden you're playing from behind, and you can't really figure out where the passes are coming from or how to defend them. It's just happening too fast. That's exactly what Texas Tech did to this Cal team last year. You know, they coached together for a long time.
Mike Leach is a disciple of Hal Mumme.
Absolutely.
Mike Leach was the offensive coordinator for Hal Mumme at 3 different schools for a total of 10 years. So basically everything you see down in Lubbock with Texas Tech.
We need game administration to take care of the fans throwing things on the field over here. Send somebody over here to take care of this.
Right now.
Yeah, well, they had the option running here over the last couple of years with Tony Samuel. Now they're throwing the ball, and I guess the fans are getting into it as well. They're throwing things as well.
Yeah, getting into it right behind. That's that student section right behind the Cal bench. And you know how students are sometimes. They're just here to have a good time.
It is Friday night.
That's right.
First down at 10. Vincent looks to the corner. Nobody home.
Well, a little gray area. Sometimes in a route, there's gray area between the quarterback and the wide receiver. Paul Dombrowski hooks up because he felt like the defensive back to that side. Donnie McCleskey was high on top. If he's high on top, throw your hand up and sit it down. Just a little miscommunication between Vincent and his wide receiver Dombrowski. Vincent thought he was going to continue to the end zone. I actually thought he should have kept running as well.
Little delayed handoff to Burries. Not much there. He loses a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11. Desmond Bishop, middle linebacker for the Cal Bears. First man to hit him and bring him down.
Yeah, he's big linebacker, plays at a fast pace. Really had an outstanding spring. 6'2", 245, first-year starter. Another one out of San Francisco City College.
Opportunity for Joey Vincent. 3rd down and 11. Flag flies. Pass is behind the intended receiver, Brandon Allen.
I got to play. Pass incomplete.
Oh, false start action. Gonna make it about 3rd and 15.
Illegal formation, number 71 on the offense. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
Yeah, his formation's going. His signals kind of throwing me a change up there. Give me a false start signal.
So on 4th down and 11, Connor Foley will come on and attempt a field goal of 42 yards on the year. He has made 1 field goal. He is 1 for 2. The 1 field goal he made was 39 yards. And Foley misses wide right. Had the distance, but a little bit off target. So far today, he's made 1 and missed 1. And the Cal Bears remain up by 10. Just getting started in the 2nd quarter. 2010 Cal. Taking on the New Mexico State Aggies. This is the first time ever that Cal has played in the state of New Mexico. So far, so good. They're on top 20-10. 14:01 remaining, 2nd quarter. Joe Ayub under center. 1st down and 10. Gives to Justin Forsett. And Forsett continues to have a big night. Picks up 14 yards, fresh set of downs. Now let's go back to the studio for an update on Iowa State and Army. Reese, what's going on?
And this is the play in which the game turned, Eric. 4th and 2 for Iowa State, deep in Army territory, just inside the 20. Brett Meyer in a world of trouble. Cameron Craig's got him, but incidental face mask. It gave Iowa State the 1st down. They cashed it in with a touchdown, much to Bobby Ross's chagrin. 7-point lead for Iowa State.
Oh, boy. What a way to surrender a lead.
Bobby Ross none too pleased. Forsett has the ball. Slips the tackle. Picks up 3.
Yeah, I got a chance to see that Army football team last week against Baylor. And Baylor went there, went 3-0. Beat them. Sally 20-10, I think. But Army, I'll tell you, they will fight you tooth and nails to the end.
And Iowa State, they had a very big win a couple of weeks ago, taking down Drew Tate and the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Big rivalry between those two schools.
Deshaun Jackson, the heralded freshman, jumps out right side. Ayuk flips it out to Jackson. And Jackson spins, gets the 1st down, and goes out of bounds. Let's go down to Heather. Heather, what's going on?
Thanks, guys. Well, I'm standing here in front of the University of New Orleans baseball team. And the reason why they're here is because they are a casualty of Katrina. Coach Tom Ward was looking for a new home for his team. And at this time, he was going through his Rolodex. He called the head coach here at New Mexico State, Rocky Ward. Rocky Ward then called the AD, Dr. Boston, and within 4 hours, they had called the coach back and told him that they could come to the school. They were going to waive all the fees, the tuition, and also give them room and board. That Saturday, the players flew in here, and on Monday, all 31 were in class. Coach Ward said he can't believe the kindness and the generosity of the students, the staff, and the university, and obviously these guys are having fun here tonight, guys.
Thank you, Heather. Yeah, obviously a tough situation for that New Orleans baseball team, but they've accepted the hospitality of the good people here at New Mexico State, and so at least making a good situation out of a difficult one.
Yeah, here you're going to see just the time pattern gets Shabazz turned around, and right there should have had that reception. He takes a lick, you're going to hit anyway. You may as well come away with the football, but I tell you what, I'm impressed with Joey Ayub throwing the football and on time in nice rhythm for this Cal football team.
Ayub is 8 for 11 so far today. Forsett has the ball, and Forsett is hog-tied and brought down at the 45-yard line after a pickup of 6. That'll bring up a 3rd down. Cal, this is what they've done. They've had the ball 4 times.
80 twice.
They've had 3 touchdown drives of over 70 yards, and the other time they had to punt.
I'll tell you what, I've been impressed. You talk about going over the top, talk about long runs. Good job of play calling on the part of Jeff Tedford, mixing the run with the pass, keeping the defense off balance. Cal, good football team.
Terrell Williams has checked into the game as the deep back for Cal. Here comes the blitz. Wanting a bundle. Ayuk throws high and incomplete, intended for Sam Dasa. Good coverage by Eric Carey.
Woody Woodenhofer, the defensive coordinator for New Mexico State, he just can't help himself. I asked him yesterday, I said, what are you going to do with these young corners and defensive backs? He said, well, I'm going to have to play a lot of zone. Right here, matched up man-to-man. You see the man locked there, bringing pressure. That's Woody's, that's his deal. I mean, he wants to pressure the quarterback, disrupt you. Talking with he and Hal Mumme yesterday, they said, look, if we could ever get together, they're on the phone together. You got a great offense, I got a good defense. Let's get together and coach together. Now all of a sudden they're here at New Mexico State. I got a feeling this is going to be one of the best kept secrets in the country before they're finished.
Stevelon Harper waves the right hand and makes the fair catch at about the 6-yard line after a punt of 39 yards. Woodenhofer's defense stiffens, and Mumme's offense will take the ball.
You've waited. You've dreamed.
There's a large Native American influence in these parts, and you're taking a look at Navajo Nation, which is in parts of New Mexico, Utah, and Arizona. Population of 250,000 people, over 27,000 square miles. And tonight is a very special evening for the Navajo Nation and New Mexico State. Heather Mitz will have a little bit more on that in just a moment. 1st down and 10, ball in the 6-yard line for the Aggies. Joey Vincent has been solid so far for New Mexico State. Throws on 1st down. Pickup of a couple to Derek Dubois on the 1st down. Call it 4. Heather, what's going on with the Navajo Nation this evening?
Thanks, Eric. Well, as we had mentioned, we're having a first for NCAA history tonight. That's because tonight's game is being broadcast in Navajo. Kyler Frank was a person here that was in agriculture here at the community departments. He used to do play-by-play in the stands for fun, and believe it or not, he was working on Hal Mumme's radio show. When he had an opportunity to meet him, Hal had heard about his talents and decided to pass along the word and told him that he should broadcast one of those games. Well, 250,000 people are in the Navajo reservation. Thousands are elsewhere over the U.S. Kyler hopes to have at least 10 to 15,000 to tune in tonight and has been very excited about this experience, guys.
Yeah, Heather, we're going to listen to Kyler Frank and Linnell Pahe as they are broadcasting what is believed to be the very first college football game live in Navajo.
Wow. We might be in trouble there.
That was Kyler Frank and Linnell Pahe doing the play-by-play in Navajo, which is not an easy task. It takes basically twice the amount of time to say something in Navajo that it does in English.
Wow.
Offside, defense, number 11. 5-yard penalty, replay, 3rd down.
Well, I'm sure right now on that broadcast, they're getting excited because the penalty is going to go against the Cal Bears.
They're right here. You're going to sit in the middle of your screen. Just to push up front. Joey Vincent, I'll tell you what, young quarterback playing from behind, just kind of keeping his team in this football game.
3rd and short. But interestingly, no backs in the backfield behind Vincent. But they try the handoff. And coming around the right side, Chris Williams. And he's going to force his way across the 1st down marker. Actually, that was Paul Dombrowski who had the football, and he picks up the 1st down.
Yeah, Mr. Everything in this offense. I tell you, he threw can throw in this offense. They'll run a reverse and where he throws a pass out of it. They'll catch passes, run reverses. They set up a big-time wall for him to pick up the first down. Tell you what, he does it all, but Joey Vincent's the man tonight. First start, and he's getting it done for this New Mexico State offense.
New Mexico State in their first 3 games had 38 points total. Today already 10 in the first half. Good carry, strong running by Burries.
Well, I tell you, Hal Mummy will pull out everything. No quick pitch, just grab it and pitch. They're in shotgun formation, and the way to get the guy to the outside is just to take it, grab it, and pitch it right here. Almost borderline. Go ahead and run this. Right up front, just quick pitch right there up front, leads him with the football. Fantastic block by Alex Gottlieb, the right tackle, to get him outside and up the field. And Alex Gottlieb just checked himself into the game this series.
First down at 10, ball in the 30. Same play 2 times in a row, and again it works. This time they pick up 5, and it'll bring up a second down at 5.
Yeah, old football coach, high school coach Doug Ferris used to tell me, hey, if they don't stop it, you keep running it. They don't adjust to it, you keep running it. They adjust, we'll go to something else. I mentioned the fact Alex Gottlieb is in the football game now for Roberto Davis. He went to the locker room. And, hopefully he'll be okay. True freshman out of Cypress Cove, Texas.
Second down and 5. Burries. Another strong run for him. He's going to be just shy of a first down. It'll bring up 3rd down and short. And you can't even begin to guess what could possibly in Hal Mummy's playbook for this 3rd down situation.
Well, I'll tell you, they've got Cal playing on their heels now. Right here, you show the draw play right in the middle. Sometimes you just me and you in the hole. You got to make a guy miss. And Deshaun Jackson's right there to make, Warrell Williams, the linebacker's there to make a play, but 3rd and short for New Mexico State.
Once again, empty backfield on 3rd and short. And Vincent stuck his nose in. I think he may have had the first down, and then he tried to go around the left side, and now it's going to be close. It's going to depend on the spot.
Well, I think he got it the second time, and he's going to give his coach a heart attack because he had the first down. Sometimes you just have to take what's there. We're only looking for half a yard. Gets good job inside, though, by Matthew Malele, the big nose tackle. He tries to bounce it out right there. He's going to stretch forward and just get to the first down marker. I think he's got it.
They are going to measure.
Bad spot, though.
Just to make sure.
Across the 40 on our replay, and the officials gave him a short spot. I guarantee. You think Hal Mummy will go for it here?
He's already gone for it on 4th down.
What a bad spot. He was laying. The football was on the 40-yard line. A terrible spot. Right here. Then he's going to bounce it outside, and right there he's across, but he still winds up on the 40-yard line. No doubt Hal Mummy will go for it. 13 times already this season.
And this time, Vincent doesn't retreat.
When he was at Southwest Louisiana, 49 times he went for it on 4th down, converted 21 of them. Right here, just good push up front. All you're looking for is half a yard. I sent word in there to Joey Vincent, look, stay inside. That's where your help is. That's where your big guys are. Mike Martinez, Justin Chappell, and Nick Cole. All those big guys up front pushing for you. Don't bounce outside and take this on your own shoulders.
Vincent has a man. Dombrowski has it. First down and more. Out of bounds at the 45.
Pass complete from Joey Vincent to Paul Dombrowski.
Pickup of 12. Finally pushed out of bounds. Not before another good gainer on first down. Anthony Felder was the man who got to him, but it was a little bit too little, too late.
47-yard line.
Well, I tell you, good job with the eyes on Joey Vincent. Just look at coverage back deep. It's zone coverage, and you're going to get deep, deep drops in here. The big curl area right there. Just vacant area. Curl it up, show your numbers to the quarterback. Right on time is Joey Vincent.
Vincent wants a bunch. Good coverage right side. Brandon Allen comes up empty. Let's go back to the studio. Reese, what's going on?
All right, Eric, Iowa State and Army. Army on the move, trying to tie the game. Just about a half minute to go. This is 4th and about 2, and Carlton Jones snuffed out by Jason Berryman and Matt Robertson. Iowa State wins it by 7.
Iowa State in a dogfight. They're happy to get out of there with a W.
I tell you, Bobby Ross loves coaching the kids at Armies, and the only thing about it is I can't stand the losing right now. We got to get this thing turned around, start winning some football games down there. And I tell you, he's as competitive head coach as I've been around in college football.
This drive started on the 6-yard line. Burries picks up 1. It'll bring up a 3rd down and long for Vincent and the Aggies.
Not a situation that you want to get a young quarterback into. Cal, this is where they want Joey Vincent to reside most of the night. 3rd down and long, a lot of pressure on him. A lot of things you can do defensively. You can drop back, play zone, keep everything in front of the 1st down marker, or you can decide to bring some pressure, disrupt the young quarterback, try to force him into a bad decision.
12th play of this drive. Vincent has tons of room to run. Drives left side, gets a fantastic block and gets the 1st down. Oh my, downfield blocking enabled Vincent to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, David Ramaka, I mean, comes up and just lays the wood for his quarterback. Look at that big guy. Thank you. That's right. Go thank my man. Right here, just fantastic coverage. You got 2 deep zone, got corners outside, right in this area. Everything's covered up, but nothing in the middle of the field when Joey Vincent decides to take it on his shoulders and gets a fantastic block by David Ramaka, the reserve fullback.
So fresh set of downs. Now 13 plays on this drive. They've already converted 2 3rd downs and 1 4th down. Dubois has the ball, skids down, close to the 20-yard line. Harrison Smith wraps him up and brings him down, but not before a gain of 14 yards.
Yeah, just a read route right there. You got a flat route with a slant coming behind it, 3-step drop by the quarterback, or if you're in the shotgun, get your shoulders pointed down the field, ready to deliver the football. And Joey Vincent's doing an excellent job. This offense, Eric, a little bit of what BYU and Lavelle Edwards does, a little bit of run and shoot sprinkled in there. A lot of people don't like to say that word anymore, run and shoot, but it's still around.
You do.
It's still around.
Well, maybe the Cal Bears gasping right now, trying to get a breather. They call timeout, trying to stop this Aggie train.
And when we ran this out, the no-huddle offense, what it does is it allows you to put a defense in a formation and keep them in that formation. You can't substitute players. Therefore, you get tired, you get winded. If you try to run people in, you quick snap them, get too many men on the field. Well, it is a fantastic, fun offense to play, and he's going to have a heck of a time and enjoying time, Hal Mumme recruiting players to play in this offense.
ESPN Game Plan features more than 15 college football games each week. So if you can't find the big game you want this Saturday, there's a good chance it's on ESPN Game Plan. Don't miss the games you really want to see. This week's marquee games: Iowa and Ohio State, and USC versus Oregon. Not bad. ESPN Game Plan is available on TV and online. To order, call your pay-per-view provider or go to ESPN.com, keyword Game Plan. So this drive will continue for New Mexico State. So far, 13 plays, none longer than 14 yards. It has been methodical.
Yeah, I mean, just executing well. This is a quarterback, Joey Vincent, lining up, getting people in the right place, delivering the football on time. Fun offense to run and watch as well as to play in.
Pass a little bit short. Bounces in front of Dombrowski. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Warrell Williams, big linebacker, outside linebacker, got tremendous pressure up the middle and was able to get a hand on that football. But he had Dombrowski outflanking the defense once again. Warrell's fills out that uniform pretty good. Big old guy.
6 feet, 255 pounds. Trips left for New Mexico State. Vincent, inside handoff to Burries. Picks up a couple. It'll bring up a 3rd down and long. We are here in Las Cruces, New Mexico. About 40 miles away from the Mexican border, 45 miles away from El Paso, Texas. Alongside Andre Ware with Heather Mitz, I'm Eric Collins, the 13th ranked Cal Bears. They're in a dogfight with the Aggies of New Mexico State. 20-10 is our score. 7.5 minutes remaining here in the 2nd quarter. And the Aggies with some fight, knocking on the door, but a crunching hit. Burries is brought down rudely Good tackle by Williams in space.
Oh, Warrell Williams just all over the field. How many times have we called his name on this drive alone right here, just trying to flip it out to your safety valve right here. And Warrell Williams, that is form tackling at its best. I mean, just wrapping up, delivering, helmet right in the shoulder pads and driving your legs through the receiver.
They said he caught that ball, and the ball came loose after he hit the ground. They actually lose a yard on the catch. This will be a kick of 38 yards for Connor Foley. So far today, he is 1 for 2. And Foley misses wide right for the second time this evening.
I think he got a hand on that football. He's saying that I tipped it.
Thomas DeCoux.
Yeah, Thomas DeCoux he's got just enough on it to throw it off. We'll see it right here. Just comes right in, right there, right off the edge, and is unaccounted for. You take the first threat, and he got just enough on it to throw it off right here. You're seeing number 43, Jacob Wallace, step down. He's got the first threat, which allows for DeCoux to come to the outside and just get enough on the football to keep it from being good. Long enough, but just wide right.
We'll talk about a kick in the pants for New Mexico State. 17 plays in that drive, and they come up empty. First down, throwing the football. The Cal Bears complete it. Pick up 10 yards. Deshaun Jackson on the reception. He is thrown down, but a good first down pitch and catch to the young freshman from Long Beach, California.
Yeah, Joey Ayub is starting to really find a rhythm. That's a kid that threw for 61% last year at San Francisco City College, over 3,600 yards and 35 touchdowns. I think he knows how to throw the football.
Ball on the 34-yard line. This time they're running. Forsett, another big gainer for him. He is well over 100 yards. He is on his way to a monster evening. Gain of 13 yards on that carry.
Well, they're just going to line up and come right at you. Pass on first down, and then I'm coming right at you. Norris Malele right there just clearing out a hole for Justin Forsett. I mean, just straight downhill. Don't wait. No wasted movement whatsoever. Already, look at that number right there, 151 in the first half.
Terrell Williams spells Forsett in the backfield, and Williams has the football. And Williams with success lowers the head, pushed out of bounds. Gain of 9. Matt Greibel got to him, but not before a big gainer for the senior from San Diego.
Now, Terrell Williams out of San Diego Hoover High School. I'll tell you what, they just keep lining them up and bringing them in. There's one running back after the other, and they don't miss a step.
We were told that Marshawn Lynch was going to play today, but they may not need him the way that everyone else is running the football.
No, I think you just give him time to heal that finger. Don't put him in harm's way.
They give to the fullback, Mandarino, and Mandarino with some shiftiness gets down to the 30. Shakri Shabazz brings him down, but not before Mandarino. Yeah, with those electric hips, picks up 14 yards.
Nickname his teammates call him Mando right here, just inside, and he gets tremendous push. Once again, Ryan O'Callahan, the All-American candidate, just kind of sealing the end of the line of scrimmage. Throw the fullback a bone every now and then. I mean, he came in, he only had one rush coming into the season. It's coming into this football game. Yeah, 6 attempts, I'm sorry, coming into tonight. Throw him a bone every once in a while.
Mandarino has touched the ball twice. He's gained 68 yards today. Give him the ball. Handoff goes to Williams. Another carry for the senior. Picks up a couple. Let's go back down to Heather. Heather, what's going on?
Thanks, guys. Well, Chris Mandarino is the only player for Cal that's played every single game for Coach Tedford, and that's 41 games. He has had 39 carries in that time, which is he's automatic on first down, on 3rd and short, which is why he's in this game. Running back Terrell Williams has played with him the longest and said that Mando, as his nickname is a student of the game every day, and he doesn't put himself above anyone else, guys.
Yeah, he's blocked for a 1,000-yard rusher 2 seasons in a row, and then last year with Arrington goes over 2,000. So Yeah, give him a few more carries.
2nd down and 8. Ayoub flips it out. It's Robert Jordan, and Jordan is tackled after a pickup of a couple. No, they're going to say a pickup of one. John Howell makes the stop.
Robert Jordan, they just try to set the screen out there and bring him underneath from that wide out position. I'll tell you what, John Howell made one heck of a tackle. Just kind of reached up, got a handful of jersey, and snatched him down.
That was Robert Jordan's first catch of the day. He leads the team with 14 catches on the season.
Well, he is a good leader. He's the most experienced wideout. He's just a sophomore.
3rd down and 4. Here comes the blitz. Ayoub flips it out. Jackson, his 7th catch. Look at these moves. And Jackson inside the 10. Pretty good play by the 19-year-old freshman.
I tell you what, he is polished, and that's the word that Jeff Tedford used. He said he's the most polished freshman receiver I have ever coached. He talking about can make a play. Look at the protection that they give to Ayoub. And right here, look at this. Give it to you, take it away 2 or 3 times. We're looking at a special, special football player. We'll be talking about that young man for a long, long time.
And Jackson, his first career 100-yard day. I'd imagine he'll have more than one of these throughout the course of his career in Berkeley. Strong first half for the freshman. Forsett back in the game. Gets it to the 5-yard line.
Jackson was coming out of high school, the number 4 wide receiver in the nation, ranked by ESPN.com. I'll tell you what, he's proven everybody right.
The Cal Golden Bears, doesn't make a difference who they throw out there. They rush for 100 yards. Someone does. Last year it was usually J.J. Arrington. This year already 3 different guys have rushed for over 100 yards for Jeff Tedford.
Yeah, he's putting run in the Pac-10, that's for sure. Because you think Pac-10, you think about throwing the football in big numbers, passing. They're doing it both through the air and on the ground.
Ayoub, little delay. And Ayoub spins in for his 2nd score of the day. Good strong running for the junior. And Ayoub puts Cal up 26-10.
Well, right here, you're just going to see him drop back to pass, little quarterback draw. Allowing there's once again Chris Mandarino throwing a heck of a block, getting his quarterback into the end zone. Designed quarterback draw, show it, get the ball up, eyes down the field, and all of a sudden let the hole create itself. And he gets himself into the end zone.
We're going to have a flag down before this extra point is attempted.
That's what makes the play, though. When you run the quarterback draw, you better commit to it. Don't go too early, because linebackers will close on you, and it is a painful thing when you start up the field a little bit too early. Keep your eyes down the field. Let them get into their pass drops. Bang. Take off with it.
Ayoub has rushed twice.
Illegal participation on the defense. 12 men on the field. Penalties declined. Retry.
Ayoub has run the ball twice today. He has 2 touchdowns. He's also thrown for a 41-yard touchdown pass to Deshaun Jackson.
Near perfect in the air, 11 of 15. And he's got some help from the runners as well.
Schneider knocks in the 27th point of the night for the Cal Bears. Hal Mummy's team, they're up against it. Joe Ayoub has been fantastic so far this evening. He's accounted for 3 touchdowns. They are on top of New Mexico State by a score of 27-10. The most recent drive, now time-consuming. It took 4:35 off the clock, 9 plays, 79 yards. Ayoub was perfect through the air, and he finished it off with a touchdown run, calling his own number on the draw.
Yeah, and he got a little help from Justin Forsett as well, and running the football effectively as Cal, throwing it effectively on that drive as Ayoub, and boy, they are tough. They're going to be a tough football team the remainder of this football game, as well as the remainder of the season.
Well, Ayoub has run the ball twice so far today, and he has scored 2 touchdowns. The most recent one, a 6-yarder.
Yeah, to hear just the quarterback draw, and he gets in there behind his big fullback. That's the block that sprung him. He's a big enough guy to take on a defensive back, Matt Greibel, who's 5'11", 186 pounds. He goes about 220. And then I'll take my the odds on Joe Aube in that situation. You put him on a 186-pound defensive back, he'll win most of those.
Do you have a lot of rushing touchdowns at your college days?
Nope.
You prefer to throw.
That's right.
Pass is complete. Vincent to Quick. Good gain on first down. Let's go back to the studio. Reese, what's happening at halftime?
All right, Eric, coming up on the Olive Garden Halftime Report, my good friend Mark May is here. We'll talk about USC and Oregon and visit with the head Duck, Mike Velati. Tennessee and LSU will tell you what might be key when they play that game on Monday, and an update on the wild card race.
And I'll let you know if the Oregon Duck defense has any chance of stopping the USC offense.
Well, nobody else has.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll see you at halftime.
Tough task trying to slow down Matt Leinart in that offense.
Big game for the Cal Bears. It's circled November 12th. They will take on USC in a game in Berkeley. They are looking forward to that. Burries, good carry for him. He has had a solid first half. Picks up first down yardage. Gets it close to midfield.
He was out California most of spring practice with a sports hernia, and he didn't participate in the spring, but he came back, had an excellent fall camp. And I'll tell you what, he is well on pace to have a pretty good season for this New Mexico State offense.
First and 10.
Burries with 67 yards here in the first half. And the Aggies pressing on. They want to get another score before the half. Vincent, big play, has Quick, pause, intercepted. Damian Hughes going the other way. And Hughes gets to the 50 with a chance. Hughes brought down inside the 20. He had one man to beat, and he's tripped up by the ankles.
Well, I tell you what, this is one that Joey Vincent, he read the play right, had the free safety turned where he wanted him. He just delivered the football, and he put too much air under it and allowed for the quarterback. See the eyes? Takes the free safety to the left side of the formation and comes back, allows for the corner to come back and make a play. Damian Hughes, if you knife that ball in there, when you throw one up the seam like that, it better have some humming on it, or else it's going to happen like that. The corner has a chance to fall back inside and pick you off, and that's exactly what happened with Damian Hughes there. Heck of a play on the part of Damian Hughes.
Hughes, his first interception of the season.
Yeah, it better have a little mustard on the football when you throw in the seams in the middle of the football field like that, because if you hang it too long, you allow for the secondary to turn, break, and make a play on it. I mean, just everything was right. He just put too much air under, just knife it in there. And he's got enough arm to knife that shot in there. When I saw his receiver running down the field wide open, I mean, I'm jumping out of my seat. Jared Quick. And you see it right here. Look at the eyes right here. Takes the free safety left, and he's coming back. He knows right now I'm going there, and he sees him wide open. Just put too much air under the football and allowed for the corner to fall back inside. Damian Hughes, big time interception, and then one heck of a return once you picked it off.
Well, these are learning times for Mr. Vincent and the New Mexico State Aggies. The reason Hal Mumme decided to play Vincent today was this is their last non-conference game, and they want to make sure that they have things figured out offensively before they begin their inaugural WAC season.
We hear coaches talk about from one game to the next how much progress a team makes. With Joey Vincent making his first start, he will be leaps and bounds ahead of where he is tonight. Next week, just watching film and a play like that will help him progress as a quarterback.
Man in motion is Eric Began. Fake to Forsett. Ayuk drops back, tries to set up a screen, and it's incomplete. Looking for his tight end, Craig Stevens.
Yeah, and they bring pressure once again. Eric Carey, the strong safety coming from the outside, just trying to get a tremendous amount of pressure. You can get it in the face of a quarterback right here. You see him relentless to the quarterback. Right there as well, Dustin Silva. Good pressure from the other side. And if you get it in his face, you make the throwing lane, squeeze the throwing lane down. Not a whole lot of avenue to get in which to squeeze a football into your receiver.
Now with 359 yards of offense so far in the first 29 minutes and change. Abe wants to throw on second down to the end zone. Incomplete, a little bit high, looking for B-Gun.
Good play on the part of Matt Greibel, the free safety. He got looked off because Ayoub starts rolling right, and he just kind of makes the defense roll with him and sets his feet, and he's coming right back up the seam to his tight end. It just overthrows him, but Greibel there to help and assisting that the big tight end, Craig Stevens, doesn't come away with that touchdown.
Jeff Tedford wants a touchdown, doesn't want to settle for the field goal. And a flag flies before the ball is snapped.
Doing those illegal
encroachment on the offense. Player was in the neutral zone before the snap.
I get my man up to speed on the signals. He's wearing me out tonight.
So Jeff Tedford had to look on the playbook and figure out something for a 3rd and 15. Ball now on the 21-yard line. Joe Ayoub working against the New Mexico State Aggie defense.
Well, Woody could certainly use a turnover right here.
Man in motion is the tight end, B-Gun. Ayoub with time. Plenty of time. Gets antsy, and he's brought down. Sacked in the backfield. Brandon McKinney, his first sack of the season. And it's the first sack of the evening for either team.
You know, Ayoub kind of got antsy there. Just got quick feet. He had plenty of time right here. Just stay in the pocket. You're just sheltered right in there. Look at all that room. Just sit in there. Tremendous block on the part of Justin Forsett. Just giving him time. And when he stepped up, that's when he allowed for Brandon McKinney to just kind of peel off the running back and make the sack. But if he just held in there, keep looking down the field, you're not getting any pressure. Just sit right in there. That's the most protected area behind that big offensive line.
New Mexico State just calls the timeout with 15 seconds remaining.
That's Hal Mumme football. He's going to, any time left on the clock, he's going to try to put points on the board. That's just his philosophy. And you know that John Jenkins was the same way at Houston. If there's time to score, let's go score.
Al Mumme doing his best John Thompson impersonation with that towel of his.
Now we're going to take a look. Watch the coverage on the part of New Mexico State. They go zone, and they're that two-deep look where they got the corners rolled up. They got out in here. Everybody's accounted for. Not a lot of room in which to make a throw. And there he is. He's still got time. He just felt that clock. There's a clock in the back of every quarterback's mind that it's time and this football should be gone by now. And that's what happened to Joe Ayoub. Oh, but sometimes you get a little extra.
Jeff Tedford sends Tom Schneider on for his first field goal attempt of the day, and it's going to be delayed once again. Another timeout is called. And is Hal Mumme trying to ice the kicker?
He's trying to ice him, and you know, if he can get 15 seconds and he misses this field goal, he'll take a shot.
You don't normally see an opposing coach trying to ice the kicker at the end of the first half.
Hey, he coaches to win on every down. It's not just
so he's sending a message.
It's every down. Oh yeah, his message to his football team is, look, we're going to play every play as hard as we can play it. I'm going to put you in a position to be successful. Hey, we're going to take some chances.
Those timeouts don't do you any good in the locker room.
You can't take them in with you, that's for sure.
All right. Al Mumme, one of the reasons why he decided he wanted to come to Las Cruces. He was excited about the prospect of coaching in the WAC.
Yeah.
And he's always been kind of a WAC type of guy. He kind of learned at the knee of Lavelle Edwards, kind of studying Brigham Young's offense over the years. And he just liked the style of play out here in the WAC.
And he's got the support of the athletic director as well as the president of this university. They want to turn this football program around. And you know what? I got to believe that just talking to him and being around here, it's positive, and they will get the job done in the WAC.
And another stoppage. Whistle blows. And it's going to be another timeout. 3 consecutive timeouts called by Hal Mumme. Now, when does Jeff Tedford start to get upset?
Like right now. Right now, he's getting upset. Tell you what, right there, give me the timeout once again, and just, I'm trying to ice this kicker and save 3 points if I can do it.
Not sure if this is a story or not, but throughout the course of the week, a little bit of gamesmanship. Something unusual happened between Hal Mumme and Jeff Tedford. They did not exchange film. Normally it's customary. Both teams just call each other up and say, send me your latest game film, and they exchange.
Yeah.
That did happen this week. We never got a clear reason why they didn't exchange film.
Some coaches don't like to do that. I mean, John Jenkins was like that, and I can remember a story when Joe Paterno called him and wanted to exchange film. He said, hey, I'm not interested in three yards in a cloud of dust. I got something going on here. I want to keep it a secret. It gives you an advantage.
Well, Hal Mumme not trying to make friends, calling 3 consecutive timeouts here at the end of the first half. And Schneider, after a long wait, comes up empty, misses wide left.
And it worked. That's all he wanted. Now he's got 14 seconds to go down and try to hit a big one. Well, I tell you what, that is a fantastic job of coaching right there, and it works. Right there, when you see a plan come together, that's a small win in a football game.
Jeff Tedford, not nearly as pleased as Hal Mumme was.
Well, not much emotion right there from Jeff. A lot of emotion on the part of Hal Mumme, and sometimes you just hang your hat on anything positive that you can take into the locker room, and your kids know, your football team knows it. Hey, I'm going to fight for you, you fight for me, and sooner or later we're going to start putting some W's together.
I got the impression yesterday when we talked to Coach Mumme that he doesn't mind being a pest.
No,
he doesn't mind being a thorn in the side of other head coaches around the country. He's going to do things his way, and that's the way he wants to do it.
And on that film deal, is sometimes the philosophy is, hey, does HP Hewlett-Packard go in and get to fool around at Dale's facility and see how they're building computers? Why should I give up my game film to you?
Flag flies before the ball is snapped. There was movement on the line. Looked as if Mebane jumped for Cal, but he may have been provoked.
Before offense. False start. 5-yard.
So they call it on Big Nick Cole. A little bit antsy on the line for the Aggies.
I can remember Jinx used to carry around a shredder. We'd have tests on game day. Big old thick test, and you finish filling it out, and he'd go through it and grade it. Stick it right there in the shredder in your face. I'm like, oh my God, spent all night getting this thing done. You're going to shred it right in my face.
That was some top secret stuff you guys had, that run and shoot.
That's right.
Derek Dubois has it, not going down quickly. He is hit hard and finally brought to the ground. Gain of 3, and that'll be the final play of the first half here in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Joey Vincent was steady, not spectacular, but in his first start had some positives that the Aggies think they could build on. Let's now send it down to Heather, who is standing by with Hal Mumme of New Mexico State. Heather.
Coach, your guys fought so hard. A little bit of a moral victory with that missed field goal right there. What do you tell your guys at halftime?
Well, we just got to overcome some of our mistakes. We've been down the red zone 3 times and didn't get any points out of it. Missed a couple of field goals and missed a couple of open receivers. Joey Vincent's playing pretty good. He just needs to settle down a little bit in the second half. I think we'll be okay.
Great, Coach. Thanks.
Heather, thank you so much. We have played 30 minutes of football. So far, our score, the Cal Bears 27 and the New Mexico State Aggies, they have 10. Now it's time to go back to the Olive Garden halftime report. To the studio we go, and Reese Davis.
Some might say that Hal Mumme's timeout strategy worked. From where I
go, the 13th ranked Cal Bears, looking like the 13th ranked team in the country. They have been strong, scoring 4 touchdowns in the first 30 minutes of play. But New Mexico State, the Aggies 0-3 on the year, but they have put up a valiant fight so far.
I tell you what, I've been impressed with Cal with the way they've run the football, as well as passing the big plays over the top, managing the football game. Joey Ayoub, their quarterback. But then the resilience of this New Mexico State football team will not go away, just persistent like a bunch of ants just kind of biting at you.
Take a look at the first half numbers, and the Cal Bears, a little bit through the ground, a little bit through the air, total 357 yards of offense.
I mean, just unbelievable. Mixing the run with a pass, keeping the New Mexico State defense off balance.
Justin Forsett, as advertised, he has now had back-to-back 100-yard games. In the first half, 153 rushing yards. And remember, he began the season as the backup to Marshawn Lynch. Kickoff goes out the back of the end zone. And the Aggies will take over on the 20-yard line. For Cal, they scored 4 touchdowns in the first half. Forsett, little punch on a 1-yard run for their first score. Little exclamation point on this one. Deshaun Jackson, 41-yarder. Ayoub rushes for the next 2 touchdowns. A 1-yard sneak and then a quarterback draw from 6 yards out. They would have 28 points, but they missed an extra point. They were just 3 for 4 on extra points, so they have 27 points as we begin the 3rd period of play. Joey Vincent under center, schemes it out, has a man. That's Allen. Allen across the 25 to the 27-yard line, gain of 7.
But David Ramaka continues to impress with his blocking ability out on the perimeter of the defense. He threw Joey Vincent a heck of a block early in the second quarter, and then there throwing blocks for his receivers. Big reserve fullback David Ramaka.
New Mexico State scored their lone touchdown on a kickoff return for a score. It was from Razzle Dazzle. Actually, it was reversed. A couple of different guys touched the football. So they did not have an offensive touchdown. With Joey Vincent directing the offense. Vincent again intercepted. That's his 2nd pick thrown. Tim Mixon, his first interception of the season. And Hal Mummy can't be too pleased with that.
And he threw it right to Tim Mixon. Overthrown ball, just trying to force it in there to Chris Williams. And here you see him, eyes down the field, and right there he's got a crosser coming right in the middle of the field, but he tries to go over the top and make a play. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense is giving you, and that's the little short ones underneath. Sometimes those turn into the big plays.
So Mixon with the 2nd interception of Vincent in Vincent's last 3 throws.
Been impressed with him up until that point, and then there tried to force the ball, make a play. You got plenty of time in this football game to just move your team, move the chains, and make plays. You don't need to hit a home run coming out of the gate.
Ayoub a solid first half. Hand off to Lavelle Hawkins. Flag flies. Hawkins out of bounds.
Well, you're starting to see the speed of this Cal football team as well. And you see Lavelle Hawkins just kind of outflank everybody, guys with angles on him, and he's still able to get around the corner. I think this one's going to come back, though. Maybe a little holding here on Cal.
This is a group of officials from the Western Athletic Conference.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Play first down.
In case you're wondering, there is no replay in today's game. The Western Athletic Conference does not have replay in 2005.
A little quarterback comparison here. Vincent, he was kind of moving well in the first quarter and is kind of falling on hard times. The 2 big interceptions there. And he's going to have to do a better job of taking care of the football, and almost a near perfect first half for Joey Ayoub. 11 out of 17. The touchdown pass, big, huge bomb over the top to Deshaun Jackson.
First down at 15. They're going to go on the ground. Good run off right tackle. Gain of 7.
You know, every time they get in one of those long yardage situations or when they need to run the football, they find the building. And that's Ryan O'Callahan on the right side there. You see him, the big right tackle, just a mammoth of a man, just closing things down. He gets an excellent block by the fullback once again, Chris Mandarino. You know what? If scouts are watching this football game, Chris Mandarino is all everything. He can block, catch the football, run it when you need him to. Guy's going to play on the next level.
Second down, blitz coming, may have trumped him. Little delayed handoff, Forsett keeps those legs moving. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and short. Matt Greibel finally makes the stop, and Forsett enjoys running behind that very large offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, everybody there, just the lightweight on the line, Scott Smith. And you got to get him to a training table more often, get that 265. Got to be a misprint. Left tackle.
He is actually the second teamer ordinarily. He's filling in for Andrew Cameron, one of the better tackles in the Pac-10, who goes 305. Yeah. So maybe that's why they're a little light there at the tackle.
Big guys up front and which to run behind. That's why they go to the right side behind O'Callahan when they get in the running situation.
3rd and 2 and met with force. Forsett knocked down. Eric Carey got him first and dropped him for a loss.
Jimmy Cuttrell there just kind of silences things there in the middle. He comes up and plays the run. Stiff up front. They get tremendous leverage there. You see it. Nobody's moving on that New Mexico State defensive line. And then Eric Carey comes in to make a play as well. Tell you what, Brandon McKinney finishing off. Good job of team defense after a big turnover to start this second half for New Mexico State.
That's Jared Naylor being attended to on the sideline. Junior defensive end out of Tulsa. Steven Harper back deep for New Mexico State. He's standing on the 10-yard line awaiting this punt from David Loney. And Loney bobbled the snap but still gets it away. Not a pretty punt. And fielding on one hop is Harper. And he is down at the 16-yard line. That is where the Aggies will take over. We'll take a timeout. Aggies down by 7.
Who would ever think that?
You're taking a look at Old Mesilla, just a little bit outside of town here in Las Cruces. Billy the Kid, a number of years ago, was sentenced in Old Mesilla and actually hung in Old Mesilla. So there's some history in these parts, some of it rather dubious. 3rd quarter. Aggies, their second possession of the second half. Justin Burris, pickup of a couple on first.
And Billy started early because he was hung at 22 years old.
He did some damage.
He started his shootouts kind of early.
Hal Mummy, he doesn't mind a shootout of the offensive variety.
That's right.
He likes to put the points up on the board in a hurry.
It spreads you out, and then you know what? With an offense like New Mexico State and Hal Mummy, the way they run things, they are never, ever out of a football game because they can hit quick.
2nd and 8. Vincent hits Dubois. Dubois close to a first down gain. Tim Mixon jumped on him. And we're going to have to measure on this one. Maybe just shy.
Another situation where I clearly thought he had the first down, and you're trying to make too many moves. Young receiver, only a sophomore, and then he comes back behind the down and distance marker to lose first down yardage.
They're not even going to measure. They're just going to say that he is short. So Vincent and the Aggies face a 3rd down and 1. Once again, empty backfield, and Vincent, a productive quarterback sneak.
Yeah, it's get as much as you can and then get down. And he went right behind big Justin Shopbell, the senior, all 6'4", 298 pounds of him. And you'll see him here, gets tremendous push right there behind his offensive line. And I mean, right, it just comes right out the backside of it. Now, get down, protect the football and get down. You don't want to take a shot.
That's a good guy to be running behind. He fills out that uniform.
That's right.
1st and 10, flags fly. Burris has the football. Burris head over heels across the 40. Desmond Bishop got him, but this may be coming back.
A little quick pitch again, and they've got Paul Dombrowski out there blocking, and this one's going to go against Cal. They do an excellent job, the receivers for New Mexico State, of blocking down the field for the runners. Well, they're not resting yet on that Cal sideline. They know what this offense is capable of. They saw it firsthand in a Holiday Bowl against Texas Tech.
Kind of interesting that they took the penalty. It would have been 2nd down and 1 after a gain of 9, but instead it's going to be a 1st down and 5.
It's like getting a free down, you know. So you go ahead and you take the yardage, and it's still 1st down. If you get a few on 1st down, you're right back in the same position. So you get that free down, you can take a shot over the top.
Yeah, it sounds like a run and shoot quarterback to me. Gets an extra shot. 1st down and 5. We have been told that there's royalty, rock and roll royalty in the building. We'll get to that in a moment. Burries is trapped behind the backfield and makes something out of nothing. Gets a gain of 6 yards. Impressive run for Burries. Let's talk to some rock and roll royalty. Standing by with Heather Mitz. Heather, who's there?
I'm your lead singer of Counting Crows, Adam Duritz. Okay, so you took the charter here with the team. You're here on the sideline. What's the connection with the Cal team?
I grew up in Berkeley, and I went to Cal. I don't know. I know the coaches, the players. Just they let me hang out. It's really nice.
What's been the most exciting experience being able to follow the team?
I think when Tyler kicked a field goal against Virginia Tech.
And last but not least, Andre Ware, who's up in the booth right now, would like to know where you get your hair done.
Is that the Houston quarterback guy?
That's right. He wants to get it done as well.
Oh, yeah, New Orleans. But unfortunately, it's hard to get it done there right now.
Okay, there you go, Andre. Enjoy the game.
Oh, man. I tell you what, she must have been reading my mind because I had a flat top when I was at Houston, and I still can't live it down. Now, if I showed up in Houston with one of those, oh, my goodness, they wouldn't let me back in the city. I'd catch it forever.
Got a little sideshow bob on the top of the head.
You could grow yours out like that. You got a little bit up there. I mean, hey.
I could give it a try.
Man.
Second down and 12.
Wow.
Joey Vincent trying to lead some offense. They have not scored a touchdown offensively. Their only touchdown came on a kickoff return for a score. Vincent showing some escapability. Flips it out to Burries. Loses the handle. Ball goes out of bounds.
I think he actually stepped out of bounds, but keeping the eyes down the field and making plays, Joey Vincent.
3rd and 8.
Oh, boy, there it is.
Oh, look at the high top fade right there.
How long did it take him to come up with that? That's amazing. Look at that high top. That was the style back then.
What's the hand signal there
That's
for?
the cougar paw, man. So you got to be from Houston, the U of H, have that connection to know about the cougar paw.
You look like Mordecai Three-Finger Brown right there, like you're missing a digit or something like that.
I tell you what, that was in style.
No, never.
Flat top. Will Smith had one.
3rd and 8, wide open, and the pass is dropped. Jared Kaufman had it and then lost it. That would have been the big play that Vincent and the Aggies needed.
Well, Jared Kaufman has had an opportunity a couple of times in this ball game to make some plays, and here running wide open in the middle of cover 2, the weakness of the defense, and you'll see him come down inside, a little switch route, coming right off the inside of the receiver, there in the middle of the field, nobody around him, just make the catch. Oh my goodness, and you see the quarterback fighting back there. He's just wanting you to make a play for him. Hey, come on back to the huddle. I'll throw it to you again. That's what you got to do. If you're the quarterback, throw him behind, throw that one over your shoulder, and come back and fight again when you get the ball back.
Would have been a gain of 34 yards, but it goes by the wayside. And Brad Evans has to come on and punt it away for the Aggies. Mixon bobbles it, loses the ball, spits it out, and dropped inside the 35. We're going to have a flag, maybe a face mask on that play. Just kind of a weird situation.
I don't think they gave him enough room in which to catch the football. They were tackling him as he was trying to bring the football in. So he may have gotten there just a little bit too early.
Kick catch interference, number 2. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run.
So it goes against New Mexico State, and the Cal Bears will be back on offense when we come back. Tonight's question of the evening: whose hair do you like better? The high top fade of Andre Ware back in the 80s, or Adam Derwitz? I got to go with my man Derwitz.
There's nothing hotter than a Boston Legal season.
Wrong side of the scoreboard right now, but there's an excitement with Hal Mumme and the offense that he's bringing to this high desert region of New Mexico. New Mexico State currently trailing 27-10 against the Cal Bears, but the Cal Bears, they are ranked 13th in the country for a reason. They have an offense that is going to be very difficult to stop this season.
Yeah, talking to Woody Woodenhofer, he believes that this Cal football team is better than the one last season when they went 10-2, and it's hard to argue with him.
Justin Forsett with the carry and another huge gainer. He picks up 8. And it's really been a three-headed monster so far today for the Cal Golden Bears. They've done it through the skies with Joe Ayuk. They've done it on the ground with my man Forsett, and also the youngster, Deshaun Jackson. he has been electric with his first 100-yard game.
Yeah, it's kind of their version of Dallas's big three, the quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and Forset's running like Dorsett used to run back in the day.
Second down and short. Aube has directed the Bears to 4 touchdowns. Forsett gets the first down and not much more. Brought down by a couple of Aggie defenders.
I tell you, Coach Jeff Tedford is glad that they thought that Justin Forsett was too small to play at Notre Dame, because he's has just enough size to play in that Cal uniform.
And he's growing.
Yeah, he says he's going to get 6'2" by the senior year. He's 5'8" now. He doesn't need to grow. He plays big enough. Arlington, Texas, Grace Prep High School.
Aube throws a bullet, caught by Hawkins. And Hawkins, another first down, gain of 11.
Boy, just finding a hole in the zone is Lavelle Hawkins. Right here, just you see the drop, eyes down the field, carrying the ball high, and just running a curl route and right on time. As you get to the top of your drop, you see the wide receiver, you move the defense with your eyes, the hole is there, the throwing lane is there, deliver a catchable football. That's all it is to playing quarterback, throwing a catchable football.
Aube is the latest in a long line of fantastic signal callers for Jeff Tedford.
Yeah.
He's going to throw again on first down. And Aube trying to loop it out, passes a little bit too long. And Andre, I guess the question I want to ask you, one of the best all time in the college ranks at calling signals and throwing balls. What is Jeff Tedford doing that no one else is doing? It seems like he can take anyone, mold him out of clay, and turn him into a world beater as a quarterback.
Well, no, I tell you what he does is he finds what each one of those guys can do best, and then that's what he works on, and that's what he magnifies, and it puts it into his offense. Most coaches, they don't, it's not the system and all that stuff. You take what your football team, what you have as a football team, and you coach what you have within your offense. And those guys, he's excellent at footwork, mental toughness, and testing players.
Jackson has it, slips a tackler, gets to the 20-yard line.
And teaching the football game, how to manage the offense, what he wants out of his quarterback, how he wants you to manage his football team. That's why each and every one of those guys that he's coached has gone on to have so much success.
We asked him about common denominators in his quarterbacks. Didn't mention arm, didn't mention feet. He talked about mental toughness, about confidence.
And he talked about it with Joey Aube and coming out going 0 for 10 in the first game and then throwing a pick last week in his first attempt, staying positive, staying mentally strong, and coming back to throw 4 touchdown passes in the first half last week.
Forsett has it, tries the right side, and Forsett, another big gainer, close to the 10-yard line, give him 15 yards before Jimmy Cuttrell brings him down.
Well, when Forsett turns the corner, he really turns the corner, gets up with a little limp there, but nothing is going to keep him out of the lineup. But boy, you get another outstanding block by the big number 61. See him sealing off right there at the edge. Then a good block down the field by Robert Jordan, the receiver, allowing for Forsett to turn the ball up the field. Good job overall of blocking by the offensive unit of Cal.
No worries for Justin Forsett. Look at that, last 2 games, 187 a week ago against Illinois, a $194 already today. Still with over 20 minutes of action left in this contest. Left side brought down rudely. Cuttrell got him, wouldn't let him go.
Woody Woodenhofer really likes Jimmy Cuttrell. And he says he reminds him of Chris Spielman when he coached him in Detroit. Coach Chris Spielman in Detroit. So he's a little faster. He may be somebody's first-round pick. He's a tough linebacker here. Once he gets his hands on you, you're going down. I mean, right there, staying and pursuing and finding a way to get you on the ground. Really reads and studies the game very well. Reads the tackles, the movement of the offensive lineman, and it's always in the right place to make a play.
Terrell Williams came on for Forsett, who left the field gingerly. Tried to set up a little slip screen, and Robert Jordan has it slip right past him.
Yeah, that's probably the first miscue by Joey Aube in an awfully long time. He's athletic, he's competitive as you get, and that's what you want at that position. A guy that's willing to compete each and every down, will not buckle under the pressure, is going to stay in there and fight for you. Joey Aube is in a heated battle in the spring, but now this is his football team.
3rd and 9. The Golden Bears can get a first down inside the 2-yard line. Aube almost intercepted, flags fly. Cuttrell had his hands on it, slipped out of the fingers.
Now this one may be picked up because the ball was tipped. Jimmy Cuttrell almost came up with an interception, so they should pick this flag up.
There was no play. The pass was tipped at the line of scrimmage. There's no penalty. 4th down.
Nice play by Jimmy Cuttrell in the middle of the field, and pass dropped by a linebacker. Reading the quarterback's eyes, you're going to see it right here coming right at you. Tries to knife one in, and there, Jimmy's going to make a play. Almost picks it off.
So the Cal Bears will send on the field goal team. Tom Schneider comes on. The last time Schneider came on to attempt a field goal, Al Mummy called 3 consecutive timeouts at the end of the first half to try and ice him, and it worked. He missed from 40. This time it's blocked. Schneider 0 for 2. Tim McManigal got the football. It's loose. It's picked up. And all the way out to the 38-yard line.
And McManigal comes up with it. He pitches it over to Jimmy Cuttrell, and he pitches it out. I mean, I tell you what, that's one that will change the complexity of this football game if New Mexico State can take advantage of it and go down and put some points on the board.
And Jeff Tedford doesn't have this game won just yet. His team is up by 17, but there's still plenty of time remaining. Fantastic block by McManigal. Coach Roy Jurella, he's happy with his performance.
Yeah, two of them today, and an extra point and a field goal. And who better than to know how to block them than a former kicker? Hey, he knows how to get there.
Roy Jurella was a fantastic kicker here in New Mexico State. Then won a couple Super Bowls as the place kicker for the Pittsburgh Steelers back in the mid-70s.
You're going to see the block here, and up the middle, Tim McManigal right there, getting it at its highest point and coming down, and then they're off to the races with it, almost about a player or two away from getting it to the end zone. Jimmy Cuttrell.
And McManigal is considered to be the best athlete on this team. Kid out of Chicago who's come a long way to play football here in the desert. And he blocks that kick with that tremendous vertical leap.
Yeah, before they're through here, Hal Mummy, Woody Woodenhofer, they're going to be coming from all over the place to play at New Mexico State. There's a lot of experience on this this coaching staff. Herb Patera helps out with the linebackers. Roy Jurella, 1970 grad right here at New Mexico State University. And Woody Woodenhofer. All those great defenses with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Third down, Vincent trying to take advantage of the best field position that they've had all day. And he's going to run for the first down. They like his wheels, and that's a big reason why. He gets the first down with a gain of 15 on 3rd and 9.
Well, he stays committed to the play, and then he's going to pick up a block by Justin Burris, his running back. Eyes always down the field, looking right here, sitting in the pocket. Nobody's open, feeling a little bit of pressure, but he never takes his eyes from down the field. Now, tuck the football away, realizes he's going to get the block he needs to pick up the first down, tuck the football away. Good job, good athletic play on the part of Joey Vincent.
Burris up the gut, showing some strength. Picks up 5 yards. Bring up a 2nd down and 5.
Got a little underneath drop. You can work in 2nd down and medium over and over. You give yourself a chance offensively to have a great deal of success. Get to 2nd and 5, Eric. You can call just about anything you want in the playbook.
Ramaka and Burries in the backfield along with Vincent. And Burries has the football and has the first down. Maybe more. Burries inside the 25-yard line. Gain of 17.
Yeah, they're thinking pass, Cal, defensively. Got them really off balance right now. You got extra guys deep in the secondary, 3 guys back here deep. And they're just removing a guy from the line of scrimmage. We've got more on the offensive line than you. We're going to run the underneath draw, and I mean just coming right underneath with it, up the gut. All of a sudden, New Mexico State found some rhythm offensively.
And
stay tuned.
And Burry's knocking on the door of his second consecutive 100-yard game. He's got 97. They flip it out. That's Chris Williams. Williams hit hard, brought down, but a good gain on first down. It'll be second down and manageable. Let's take a look now at the road ahead, brought to you by Ford. These are the games that are on ESPN and ABC family of networks.
Well, that's a good one coming up Saturday. USC and Oregon going into Oregon to play that one. Tennessee at LSU. Another good. Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech, Iowa at Ohio State. I mean, a lot of good football this weekend.
Burries lowers the head. It's down at the 16-yard line. It's going to bring up a third down and short.
I think for the first time in this football game, New Mexico State offensively has Cal playing back on their heels. I mean, they're expecting pass, and they're getting a full dose of Justin Burries. When they're expecting the run, they're throwing passes for completions. A good job of play calling on the part of Hal Mummon.
We have seen a number of quarterback snakes in this situation. We get another one.
Yeah, how about
and Vincent running hard, gets the first and more.
Get the crowd involved in this game a little bit. And there's no quit in that little guy right there, Joey Vincent. Not real big, 6 foot, but he can get the job done. And he will battle you tooth and nail. Just right there, get behind the big center, Mike Martinez, and get some push. First down.
Spread that offense out. Vincent able to easily pick up those first downs. And now Vincent wants a touchdown. Throws a jump ball, and it's caught. No, it is not called. In and out of the hands of Dubois. Vincent thought he had a touchdown.
Well, I tell you, the receivers for New Mexico State, they go back and watch the film. They're going to see some opportunities in this football game where they should have made some plays. Just a little corner route here. Reading inside. You got man-to-man coverage. Go ahead and lead him to the corner of the end zone. And there, you got a chance for it. It's in your chest. Come away with it. Well, that was close.
That's tough.
That is close.
Dubois had it for a while. Harrison Smith ripped it out. They're not going to get that play back, though. Burries over 100 yards. Picks up a couple. It's going to bring up a third down. And a decision for Vincent and the Aggies. They need a touchdown here. They can't settle for field goals at this time of the game.
Let's take another look at that drop pass by Derek Dubois. Right here. Look at it. He brings it down. He's got it on his chest. The right hand is there. He's got it in now. Then it comes out. I'm thinking that's a touchdown.
No replay in the WAC in 2005.
They need it.
Vincent and the Aggies 2 for 2 on third down on this drive. 3rd and 7. And Vincent didn't give the play a chance. He is swarmed and brought down at the 15-yard line. Good defensive play. Mebane got in there early and busted up that play for Jeff Tedford.
Yeah, Mebane made his first start as a true freshman against USC a couple of years ago. Crenshaw High School in Los Angeles. And he is a load, 6'3", 290.
Darryl Strawberry went to Crenshaw High School. Yep. 32-yard kick. They're going to have to go for the field goal because this is 4th and 14. Connor Foley attempts and knocks through the 32-yarder. So the Aggies do get points on the drive as the third quarter comes to a close. They have closed the gap to 14.
This game's long from being over.
So the 13th ranked Cal Bears, they still have some fighting to do with 15 minutes remaining. We'll be back with the fourth quarter.
Sunday at 11, preview games from around the league on Sunday NFL Countdown.
They won round 3 just put 3 points on the board, but the defense stopped the Golden Bears when they needed to, and they controlled the clock in the third quarter.
Well, they did, and it certainly started like it was a heavyweight fight with points going back and forth the first 5 minutes of this football game. But boy, the resilience of this New Mexico State football team, young football team, playing a lot of first-year guys in certain spots, a lot of sophomores, but boy, there's no quit in this team whatsoever.
Lavelle Hawkins back deep, and once again he's driven to the back of the end zone. Ball goes out of bounds, and we'll make no bones about it. Cal, they're the heavyweights. New Mexico State, they're probably the welterweights. And small victories, that's what Hal Mummy's looking for in today's game, and so far he's gotten them.
Yeah, an example of icing the kicker late in the first half. That's a small victory for him. You were able to hold him with a field goal attempt and a miss going into the locker room, just trying to grasp onto something where you have something positive going in at halftime.
New Mexico State, they were 0-3 coming into today's game. And to be quite frank, they looked pretty bad. They had only scored 38 points on the year. They had a real rough go of it. But today, against the best team they've faced so far this season, they've been competitive. Forsett, another carry for him. Flag down on the field. Eric Carey brings him down.
And that flag is right in the area of holding, but I tell you what, Eric Carey has really filled the hole. He is flying up on defense, making some huge hits. He took one bad angle in this football game that calls for a long run by Justin Forsett that he'd like to have back. But I tell you what, he's played a solid football game defensively for New Mexico State.
Holding, 82 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
And it's going to be on Craig Stevens, the big tight end to that side. You see him right there working. Got that arm right out there, that hand, just a handful of jersey right there. You got to release it. He holds on just a little bit too long.
First down and 19 now. Ball on the 11-yard line. Good strong running, refusing to go down, force it. How about that? First and 19, just draw it up, run up the gut, and pick up the first, huh?
I'll tell you what, he is a fantastic one. We are watching a star in the making, and Marshawn Lynch better hurry up and heal up because he's going to be sharing some carries. Right here, you're going to see the hole pulled by the big left tackle right there. Look at the move, the shiftiness in the hips. They compared him to Barry Sanders with this just uncanny way of making defenders miss. And you know what? I don't throw a whole lot of compliments out there like that because Barry's the best in the business in my mind. But boy, this one's going to be special.
Just a sophomore is Forsett. Second career start. Both games well over 170 yards. Deshaun Jackson, another big gain, picks up 11 yards. Now Marshawn Lynch with that big brace on the left hand. They have a new nickname for him. They may start calling him Wally Pipp up there in Berkeley.
That's right, a guy that was
took a day off for the Yankees back in the 1920s.
And never got his job back. That's right. Lou Gehrig took over. He never got his job back. This is a story developing in Cal. I mean, Justin Forsett, unbelievable performance thus far in this football game.
214 yards for the sophomore. Looking for more. Has the ball. Tries the left side. Pushed out of bounds.
Justin Forsett again on the carry.
And you know, a lot of guys that you see that are small in stature and they have some quicks to them, and first thing out of a coach's mouth, oh, he's a Barry Sanders type. No, you know, that kind of goes in one ear of mine, and when you're in meetings with them and they say it, or you're on some validity to it. I mean, he kind of carries himself just like him, same number.
One thing about Jeff Tedford's offense, though, and Forsett is doing it, there's not a lot of wiggle in the backfield. They find a hole and they hit it. It's called downhill running.
He's got enough wiggle to get downhill and make you miss.
Good play in the backfield. Jared Naylor catches Forsett for a rare loss. Call it a loss of one. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. 13 minutes and change remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a pretty good football game in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Aggie Memorial Stadium is our venue. It's the Cal Bears taking on New Mexico State with Andre Ware and Heather Mitz. I'm Eric Collins. Justin Forsett, we've called his name early and often. 218 yards and a rushing touchdown. That was the first time today he was caught for a loss of yards.
Wow, and 187 and 2 touchdowns a week ago.
Big third down play. Ayoub has a man, and his throw is low but caught. Coming back for the football, Lavelle Hawkins makes a nice grab. 33 yards on the pitch and catch. And Hawkins is in pain. Jeff Tedford with a look of concern. That pass was underthrown. Hawkins had his man beat. Pass was behind him. Hawkins did a good job of sitting down and making the grab.
Yeah, he gets matched up outside on Dustin Sober right here, and the running back trying to run with a wide receiver will never ever win that one, and they're just getting the leg caught underneath himself and Matt Greibel, the free safety. But what an excellent job of concentrating to catch the football. Boy, he just comes down awkwardly on his leg. Well thrown football by Joey Ayoub. A little bit behind him. Could have let him a little bit more. I tell you what, if he'd have picked him up a little sooner and let him with the football, we'd be watching him dance in the end zone.
Jeff Tedford comes on to check on his player, and Hawkins is going to go gingerly to the sidelines. And Hawkins is very familiar with his quarterback, Joe Ayoub. They both transferred in a year ago from San Francisco City College. They have a fantastic program there, at least on offense. They put up big numbers over the years.
Yeah, Hawkins, you talk about big numbers. He averaged 22 yards a catch at San Francisco City College. So well, they got something special going on down there at San Francisco City College as well. I mean, his Cal roster is just loaded with guys from there.
Ayoub and Cal, they've been able to make the big plays so far this evening. Already 5 plays of 30 yards or more in this contest. Justin Forsett back in the game. Nothing doing in the middle of the line. Bounces left side and picks up a first down.
Now see, there's a Barry type move. You take it inside, nothing's there, and you watch the footwork. You watch the footwork of Justin Forsett. I mean, it's inside and with the same movement right here. Watch it, hold it right there. Watch the movement right there. Just slide outside, skipping, and then right back to full speed. Not a lot of guys that run the football can change direction like that. That is special. That is a gift. That is a talented football player right there.
Give him 229 yards on the evening. Forsett has been a workhorse. For a small guy, they have no problems pumping the ball in his chest.
I'd like to talk to Woody Woodenhofer after this game. He coached against Barry Sanders back in Missouri, and you're going to see Forsett here again. A little counter step, and leading him in there is Chris Mandarino, the fullback. But he coached against Barry in '88 when he was at Oklahoma State. Woody was the head coach at Missouri. I'd love to get on the phone with him afterwards and ask him, how did this number 20 remind you a few years back? A certain number 20 that was at Oklahoma State.
Ayoub tries the left side, and he scores his 3rd touchdown of the evening.
Well, I tell you, that's what running the football effectively will do for you. You got to commit to it, trying to get jerseys and helmets to the football, and you show it to Justin Forsett going right, bootleg, put it on your hip, and you're going to walk into the end zone. Here you're going to see all the overflow coming down, crashing, and getting outside the defensive end, the outside linebacker there. Good block down the field by the receiver, and Ayoub's going to walk it into the end zone. 3rd rushing touchdown tonight for Joey Ayoub.
He's run the ball 4 times. He's got those 3 touches.
Wow.
34-13, 11:42 remaining here at Aggie Memorial Stadium. Ayoub has done it through the sky, and he's done it on the ground. Cal up by 21. His favorite player, Joe Ayoub. Backwards, it's booyah. And so far today, a big booyah for Joe Ayoub. He has been magnificent. He has led the Cal Bears to 5 touchdowns, all of them 70 yards or more.
Well, I tell you, I'm impressed with him. and his confidence is just growing. I mean, you talk about a guy that hadn't had a whole lot of starts at this level, and he's just played steady football every week out, every practice. He's continuously getting better and better, and they are going to be a dangerous football team with a certain team hanging around down the road.
That'd be USC.
That'd be one I'd like to.
November 12th, folks. Circle it on the calendars. Cal against USC. Dubois takes a knee. Ball will be taken out to the 20-yard line. Monday, ESPN2 is in Baton Rouge for an emotional evening as the LSU Tigers, they host SEC rival, the Tennessee Volunteers. The game was originally scheduled to be played Saturday night, but due to Hurricane Rita, that has been postponed and will kick off Monday night at 7:30 Eastern. Join ESPN2 for the first major sporting event in the state of Louisiana since Hurricane Katrina devastated the area last month. For more information, you can log on to ESPN.com.
A couple of fine young quarterbacks take part in.
Brandon Allen, catch on first down. Let's go down to Heather. Heather, what's going on?
Hey guys, well, Lavelle Hawkins is an obvious right ankle sprain. They're having it wrapped right now. He's in a little bit of pain, and we'll keep an eye on whether or not he goes back in the game. Back to you.
Thank you, Heather. Hawkins is going to be a big part of what they do offensively, and they just need to make sure he can live to fight another day. If he doesn't come back today, it's not the worst thing in the world, but they want him back next week.
Yeah, he is definitely a weapon in their offense, and they have got to get back. Get him back in a hurry.
Another play to Brandon Allen.
Quarterback over there just checking things out, Joe Ayoub. Hopefully he's all right. Just tweak an ankle, tape it up, strap up the laces, and come on back in here.
Joey Vincent has been good, but he hasn't been great. He's been spectacular at times, but other times he's made rookie mistakes. He's thrown a couple of picks and hasn't been able to negotiate the red zone as well as I'm sure Hal Mummy would like. They've been stopped at the doorstep a number of times and had to settle for a couple of field goals.
You know, he's just got to learn some patience sometimes as a young quarterback, and you know, you think you can beat the world when you have a couple of completions in a row, and then you start taking things on your own shoulders, trying to make plays down the field when you just need to manage the game and continue to move the chains. It's not that time for him yet to where he needs to take it on his shoulders. Allow those guys around you to make some plays and be smart with the football.
Delayed handoff to Burries, and Burries trips and falls. It'll be a loss of 1. It'll bring up a 3rd down and long.
I'll tell you what, there was a hole there for him to run through as well. He wants that one back, and he knows it. Got tripped up in the hole, and it was there for him.
We were talking earlier about Jeff Tedford and his quarterbacks. Hal Mummy, he's had such good success with quarterbacks. What does Hal Mummy look for in signal calling?
Well, it's a smart guy that basically can recognize defenses and get you into the right place, because a lot of it is at the line of scrimmage. Or when you break the huddle, they show you a look. You have to be intelligent enough to change plays and have enough confidence to do so.
Makes a good decision there, throws a strike, but it is dropped. Had a man, Chris Williams, had it and dropped it.
Well, a lot of young receivers, Chris Williams, Jared Kaufman has dropped some big ones as well. Opportunities are there to make plays, and 3rd downs, that's the down in which you really got to step up and help your football team.
So the punt team will come on. Brad Evans, 2 punts, 37 yards. Tim Mixon back deep. He is the reigning Pac-10 special teamer of the week. Had a sensational game against Illinois last Saturday. Now Mummy teams normally go for it on 4th down quite frequently throughout the course of the game, but today they've only gone for 1 4th down, and they got that back in the first half. Punt out of bounds at the 10-yard line. That is where Cal will start when we come back.
Pitch it, Max.
That's what I said.
ESPN's College Football Primetime, brought to you by Kia Motors. Kia, the power to surprise. And by Orbit White Gum, for a dazzling smile, no matter what.
The land of enchantment, New Mexico. This is the first time that the Cal Bears have ever played in the state. And so far, so good. They're up 34-13 as we play the fourth quarter.
Now that was a form tackle. I mean, he came up and just wrapped up and drove backwards. Unbelievable tackle by Jimmy Cuttrell.
Forsett loses his helmet. He has been a workhorse tonight. He has now had 31 carries on the evening. Second down and 9. Another carry for Forsett, and again, not much doing. Let's go down to the sidelines. Heather, what's going on down there?
Hey guys, well, we know these guys are talented on the field, but two guys in particular for Cal are very talented off the field as well. Greg Van Hoosen, who is not playing tonight, was able to share with us some of his artistic ability. He shared with us a sculpture and a painting. Now, Damian Hughes as well already has an interception tonight. His forte is painting shoes, and he's done a couple for his teammates here. It's for rappers, past and present, and obviously this one is from the past. But really what I want to know is Andre, do you have any special talents off the field?
Yeah, I'm a golfer. How about that?
No, artistic talent.
No artistic talent. No, I'm not.
Set up a screen to Forsett, and Forsett keeps the good night going. And he's got the first down and a whole bunch more. Gets out to the 39-yard line. And now there's Greg Van Hoosen. And talk about his artistry. This is impressive.
It really is impressive. I mean, you look at that and that.
Little oil on canvas.
Yes.
And this is a figurine, I guess, that working with his hands as well.
Yeah, Heather asked me if I have any talent. No, I can't draw a straight line.
Poetry?
No.
Do you write music?
Yeah, roses are red.
Do you play anything? You had to play an instrument growing up.
Nope. Wasn't in the band.
All football all the time.
No, not all the time.
It's okay. You're still
just enough.
You're still my guy. First down and 10. Ball on the 39-yard line. They try the right side. Deshaun Jackson from his receiver spot. Slips a tackle. Crosses the 50. Heck of a block by Robert Jordan. He just followed him for about 5 yards. Gain of 15 for the freshman.
I'll tell you what, he is excellent with the football in his hands, and you get the football in his hands in space, and this is going to be a big play for him throughout the season on the reverse, and there just kind of turns into a running back, and he's got enough moves. Look at that, sticking that left foot in the ground and changing direction, a little power to go with it. Boy, and that's a receiver, wide receiver, true freshman. We're watching them.
Looks like a stiff breeze would knock him over, but you can't bring him down with an arm tackle. You got to wrap him up.
He's a good football player. They got a lot of young talent here at Cal.
Handoff goes to Williams, back in the game, replacing Forsett. Lowers the head, gets to the 40-yard line.
No, you guys push the button. What's your talent off?
I used to play the piano.
Williams with the carry for Cal.
I want to see that one. Next hotel we check into.
I used to play the piano.
Piano's there. I want to see you sit down and
tickle the eye.
Play Charlie Brown. Can you play that?
Little Brahms?
That would impress me.
No, I can't do that. I have to go in the Wayback Machine to see if I can remember some of the stuff that I used to know.
Used to play the piano. How about that one?
Second down and 4. Jackson splits out wide left. Terrell Williams working with Mandarino in the backfield. And Williams has the ball and the first down.
I tell you what, that's delivering the punch as opposed to having it delivered to you. Going to lower the shoulder, and they're just running behind that big offensive line. It gets late in the game, and that's what they're going to do. Ryan O'Callahan, these guys up front, Brian Deemer as well. And there, I'm going to deliver the blow. I tell you what, Shabazz has had a rough evening.
Williams is a fantastic story. He's one of those guys that just persevered. During that 1-10 season, right before Jeff Tedford came here back in 2001, he was the main running back, led the team in rushing, actually had a 100-yard day in the only game that Cal won in 2001, game against the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. Had a severe knee injury, and now has been a second-teamer, sometimes a third-stringer, sometimes a fourth-stringer, but he's still plugged with it, stayed, worked out, Tried to stay in shape and now getting some activity here in the fourth quarter.
Well, that whole program has turned around. You talk about going 1-10 and 0-1 before Tedford took over and hadn't been in a bowl game since '96 before that. Well, guess what? Attendance is up at home, 64,000 the average. It's up 40%. It's the highest one-year climb since the NCAA started tracking attendance in 1993, and he has got that program well on the map.
Second down at 6. Pitch out goes to Williams. Williams is brought down with some anger by Jared Naylor. He nails him at the 31-yard line.
You know, another thing,
26.
7 wins the first season. He goes 8 wins the next season, 10 wins last year, which is the best in the program's 54-year history, and they're looking to build on that this season.
And probably the biggest number for Cal Bear fans with Tedford is the number 5. That's how many more years he is signed for. They just gave him a 5-year contract extension.
And I tell you what, it's great for Cal fans in that program because he was a wanted guy around the, not only in terms of college football circles, but some in the NFL circles as well. His name came up.
Third down and 3. Ayub has his man inside the 5. Complete to Sam Desai. Gain of 24 yards out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Sam Desai just on a corner route right here with the eyes. Joey Ayub again just reading it out. Read the corner, comes down low. You got man-to-man coverage leading the guy. And look at that, just tapping your feet down. Speedy receiver, knows where he is at all times on the field. Just make sure you're going to get yourself down and inbounds.
Coming up immediately following our telecast is Sports Center. Neil Everett, Scott Van Pelt standing by. Sure we'll have updates on the wild card situation, the American League and the National League.
Hey,
your Houston Astros. Your Houston Astros had a tough one today against the Cubs.
Took one on the chin today, but they'll be okay when it all unfolds.
Jeff Tedford and the Cal Bears want to call a timeout and talk things over. 3:32 remaining, up by 21.
Ahead on SportsCenter, the AL East up for grabs. Can the Yankees?
Aggie Memorial Stadium is our venue. 13th ranked Cal Bears knocking on the door. Already with 34 points, looking for more. 3:32 remaining in this contest. Both teams getting ready for conference play. And off. Terrell Williams, his first touchdown of the season.
It's good to see him have some success. The senior, you talked about it earlier, Eric, on that 1-10 team. He was the starting running back. And here, boy, I tell you what, he is a big bruising runner. They're going to use him throughout the remainder of the season. Short yardage situations, always moving the pile forward. Big running back.
That is now the 5th touchdown on the ground today.
Not through the air, on the ground.
You talk about Jeff Tedford, you talk about quarterbacks, the passing game, but the dirty little secret, they've always been fantastic on the ground. But they've also had the luxury of having great signal callers, so when you need to throw the football, you can do it. Let's take a look at some of the quarterbacks that Jeff Tedford has had, and the names, they just blow your mind.
Unreal.
6 different quarterbacks he has coached have gone on to be first-round draft picks in the NFL. First one is Trent Dilfer back at Fresno State in the 90s. Then Akili Smith did good things at Oregon.
And then you had my man David Carr, who's now down in Houston with the Houston Texans. Joey Harrington in Detroit now.
Kyle Bowler, he was the quarterback that he inherited when he came to Cal. And then, of course, last season, it was the end of the Aaron Rodgers era. Rodgers is now the heir apparent up in Green Bay to a man by the name of Brett Favre.
Yeah.
So 6 first-round draft picks have been coached as collegians by Jeff Tedford.
You think you could use that as a recruiting tool? If you're going in the living rooms trying to recruit a young man to come to Cal, the proof's in the pudding. You know, it's right there.
In total, Jeff Tedford has coached 7 different quarterbacks who have gone on to start an NFL game. You trivia buffs at home, the other one's A.J. Feely, of course. Derek Dubois on the return. And not much doing. The Aggies of New Mexico State will begin once again at the 20-yard line.
Well, question, I guess. is Joey Ayew the next one in line. I mean, he certainly off to a fantastic start in his young career here at Cal.
Doesn't necessarily need to be with the running attack that they have nowadays.
Right. Doesn't have to take things on his shoulders, and he has got a bunch of good running backs and a fabulous offensive line. They've got a lot of depth on that offensive line as well. I mean, you talk about some big guys in O'Callahan and Marvin Phillip. It's a talented group.
Handoff. Burries continues his hard running, picks up 5 on first down. Well, let's talk some more about the air raid, Mummy Ball, Hal Mummy's offense. How much of his offense can you possibly put in the first month of the season? How much different is this offense going to be at the end of the season from right now?
Well, I think when you have a guy that's starting his first game in Joey Vincent, you kind of simplify things a little bit, and you don't allow him. I asked him how much control does he have at the line of scrimmage right now. He says none. He's calling everything, and I call it, and he's going to run it. Not until he's a little bit more comfortable down the road where you turn things over and allow him to, you start to take what he sees on the field or what he's comfortable with in certain situations and allow him to check to it. Right now, he's just managing Hal Mummy's offense, but he'll take the reins off of him sooner or later. And, in an offense like this, you almost have to if you're going to open it up, really open it up.
Third down and 4. Vincent again falls victim to a dropped pass. Paul Dombrowski really had kind of a spotty night. He drops another ball. This one would have been good for a first down, but pass is dropped over the middle.
A lot of drop passes. I mean, it would have been, you mentioned it, good for a first down, just kind of showing his numbers to the quarterback in the middle of the field through the zone. Found him a hole in there. Now just finish the play and catch the football. A lot of drop passes by the receivers from New Mexico State.
So now they'll go for it on fourth down. Little short pass is complete to the freshman. That's Chris Williams. Williams has had a good day.
The thing that makes this play go is Williams got to the first down marker. Sometimes young receivers come up short. They run a hitch out there. It's meant to be run at 6 yards. Some pull up at 5, maybe 4 yards, and then you're short of the first down. Good job of getting to the first down marker, setting his feet, and making sure he caught the football.
Chris Williams, Hal Mummy says he reminds him of Craig Yeast, who had fantastic seasons at Kentucky, catching balls from a guy by the name of Tim Couch.
He was a running back in high school. He can dunk a basketball at 5'9", 7-foot high jumper on the track team.
Vincent on those good wheels, throws across the body, dangerous pass, probably should have been intercepted. Harrison Smith had the mitts on it and drops it.
Joey Vincent's going to become a good quarterback just by watching this film. It's against a good football team in Cal, and he's made some throws and some decisions that he won't make down the road. And one was going over the top with a big interception by Damian Hughes and throwing back across the field when you're rolling right and throwing back in the middle of the field and things of that sort. You'll stop doing that. And if you can see it on the film and know and get it coached up well, and I know Hal Mummy will coach it up, they'll stop making those decisions. They'll give them a better chance to be successful at that position.
Vincent throws on the run. Pass is complete. Brandon Allen is mauled and thrown back. It'll bring up a third down. Coming up immediately following our contest, it'll be Sports Center. And these are some of the stories they're working on. Rafael Palmeiro, what's his deal down in Baltimore? Will he play again? USC getting ready for a contest this weekend. And Ben Roethlisberger, he had the 14 letters, longest last name in the history of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's taking on Tom Brady, who has just 5 letters.
And I will be somewhere watching that football game. I watched the Pittsburgh Steelers come into Houston, and they looked unbeatable last week.
Vincent throws high, looking for Dombrowski. No, I'm sorry, looking for Jared Quick. It'll bring up another fourth down, and they will go for it.
Add to that fourth down total again. But he has receivers open, and now I think he's just trying to do too much. You have them open quick, get them the football, and allow them to make plays. So he's trying to do a little bit too much late in this football game.
Another 4th down and 3. A diamond formation right side for the Aggies. And they go left side. Pass batted up in the air and incomplete. A couple of linemen had a chance for the 3rd pick of the day against Vincent, but it comes up empty, and Jeff Tedford's team will go out and, you'd imagine, just take a knee with 35 seconds remaining.
All right, Jeff Tedford, good football coach who has built this program at Cal. We talked to him, and it's, I asked him about certain guys that we mentioned throughout the ball game that have gone to San Francisco Community City College, and he said, we weren't able to get those guys at first. Now all of a sudden you have a good thing going. They want to be part of it. It's right here in our area. It doesn't cost us a whole lot to go and recruit those players, and they're good football players out of junior college, where they are certainly helping him out.
New quarterback in the game, Steve Levy, to finish things off. And a pickup of a couple on 1st down. Big day for the tailback, Justin Forsett. He finishes with 235 yards rushing. That's the 4th most ever in Cal history, and they've had fantastic runners in Russell White, Chuck Muncie, J.J. Arrington, Marshawn Lynch.
The 7.6 yards a carry is what impresses me. You talk about
that actually drops his average.
Yeah,
he came in averaging 8.9.
It's just amazing. First 4-0 start for the Cal program since 1996.
So congratulations to Jeff Tedford and the Cal Bears. They win 41-13. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For my partner, Andre Ware, Heather Mitz, and the rest of our ESPN crew, I'm Eric Collins saying so long from Las Cruces, New Mexico. Coming up next at SportsCenter with Neil Everett.